now. Are you ready?
Join from the corner where the big boys play.
Welcome everyone to Livestream Reviews. I'm Christian Karasiewicz, the content marketing manager at StreamYard, and we're excited to kick off the first Livestream reviews of 2022. Happy 2022, everyone. So this is gonna be a great, this is gonna be a very great show. If you're new here, by the way, our goal is to help you improve your live streams. So we'll pull up your live stream, or maybe you got a technical issue or a question you want help with. We will do our best to help you with that live here on air. And speaking of us, joining me is Charles Matthews. And for those of you who've watched the show for quite a while, Charles has been co-hosting with me here. And so I'm going to go and bring on Charles. We're going to kick things off because we got a couple of announcements we want to talk about. So Charles, it's great seeing you. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, everybody. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
Hey, throw some confetti up. Happy New Year, everybody. Happy New Year. All right. How you guys doing? How you doing, Christian?
Doing okay. So how about you?
Good, man. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to see so many. I'm surprised seeing so many people live with us. You know, first day, ready to go, ready to knock 22 out of the park with some new streaming, new ideas, new live streams. So I'm excited to hear everybody. And what is their new challenge for 2022?
That's a very good question, actually. Yeah. So let me see. I think we got a banner for that, right? So let's see. Let me see if I can find it. You know what? I think we might have a banner, but I'll let Charles find that. While we're kind of taking a look at that, what I want to do is I want to make just a couple of quick announcements for you all. The first one is that on January 20th, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, so that's 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for everybody who, you know, if you need some time conversions there, it's StreamYard.com/SYConnect. We have an upcoming event. And we're going to have, I think media might be, I think they might be our keynote speaker. And then we've got a lot of really great speakers as well that are going to be joining us for you to learn from. The other thing I want to make sure to mention, by the way, is that this event is free. So if you want to catch it, you know, and here's the thing, it doesn't matter what level live stream you are. If you're a beginner, intermediate, advanced, you can always learn from what other successful people are doing. So that's StreamYard.com/SYConnect. Charles, have you registered for this yet?
Yes, I was about to right now because I started off, okay, I'm trying to put all my new shows, new events in order because you don't want to miss none of the events that StreamYards are putting out this year. They're going to be new, helpful hints to get you started and get you to the next level for 2022. 2022 is all about getting you to that next level.
Exactly. By the way, Charles, we got a good question here from Adam. Adam saying, hey, where's your Happy New Year hat? Charles likes to wear hats. But yeah.
I was looking at that one, but they're all over the place somewhere. I don't know about you guys, but, you know, we just had some good family time and watched a lot of movies, ate too much food, and just enjoyed ourselves. So we hope everybody had a happy, safe New Year's. Let us know, where did you celebrate New Year's from? Put us in the chat. Where did you celebrate New Year's? Where are you calling in from? I see Niagara Falls. I see Ohio. Where are you calling in from? Let us know in the chat. Happy New Year, so we can say Happy New Year to you. Where are you from? Missouri in the house. I see that one coming up right now. Where are you guys calling in from?
Yeah. So Barcelona, Spain. Look at that.
There you go.
So very cool. So by the way, one other announcement that I have for everybody is, actually, I might have two, but let me see. We're going to at least do this one first. And this is, we have a new feature, actually. And what I'm going to do, Charles, I'm going to remove you real quick. Sorry. I'm just going to remove you real quick. And then I'm going to demo this. So and let me actually get my windows pulled up here, actually. So by the way, Charles, when I take you off screen, can you do me a favor? Can you take a look at the comments and let's start using that starred comments feature if we have any questions? Because as you know,
I already start starring them, and that's the greatest feature. Even here's the hint. Even before the show started, some of you guys were asking questions, and instead of us going backwards, I already started starring them. And Christian will tell you what that feature is all about in a few minutes.
Yeah, so we've got two features. I guess the first one is we talked about this one last week, and it's starred comments. Well, so the first one was last week. Back in 2021, we started off with starred comments, and that's where if you have a lot of comments coming in, you can simply just hover over a comment now, and you will see an option to be able to star it, which will then create a starred comment section. So if you're following along, you have a lot of stuff you want to, like topics and questions that come up, all you have to do is star them. They move into a separate drawer, and then you can go back into that starred comment section, and you can review them and display them and add, remove, make notes, whatever you need to do. But that is one feature. And then the other one that just got released, and these are available across both plans, by the way, is a feature called solo layout plus wallpaper. And it's what you see right here, right now. So you see I'm here in this smaller box, and then around me is the background now. And so, so that's a new feature that you now have within StreamYard. So let me go ahead and show you how to use let me go show you how to do the solo layout plus wallpaper feature. And it's very, very, very easy and very simple. So this is how it works. So let's go ahead and, you know what, let's use the picture-in-picture as well. So this is a StreamYard studio. So what I've done is I've gone into a StreamYard broadcast. You'll see that here at the top. I'm in a broadcast. And then all I need to do is go to Cam Mic here at the bottom. So if I click on Cam Mic, and now you're going to see a new section called Layouts. And so in this section called Layouts, all I have to do is click on that, and you're going to see a new option that says Crop Solo Layout. So when you click this, one thing you're going to notice, you're going to see this border around the little icon here. See how it's solid right now, solid gray? If I click on and enable Crop Solo Layout, it now has a white border or background behind it. And that's basically the wallpaper. So you simply just check it to either show it or hide this type of display. So for example, let me go back to that real quick for you all. So if it's just me on screen and I have it enabled, this is what it looks like. And if I want to switch, I go to Cam Mic, Layouts, and uncheck it. And there you go. It'll go back to normal. So what do you all think about that new feature? Pretty neat, huh? So let us know in the comments. And then speaking of feature requests, I know we get a lot of feature requests. Do us a favor. If you go to StreamYard.com/contact, send us a feature request. So let me get a banner for that actually real quick. Charles, you ready to come back on?
I'm here, my friend. I was just going through the comments and then starring them up. We have a lot of starred comments, and I'm just going to throw some of them out right now real quick.
Awesome.
So, for example, once, I asked everybody where they coming from, and I didn't want to miss anybody while Christian was talking. So I hit some of the stars. So, for example, I can go back to this gentleman coming all the way in from Jamaica, and I would have missed it if I didn't star it up. So Dexter, thank you so much for joining us. Okay. And then there's some other comments earlier in the day, like this one right here. They want to know, how long can you stream on StreamYard, Christian? What is the max length of time that you can stream on StreamYard? They want to get to that monetizing goal, and they want to do more hours. They want to go more hours on StreamYard. So how long can you stream for StreamYard?
So I think this might be a two-part question, actually. So I think part of it is, if you want to stream for that certain amount of time, every social media platform you're streaming to they have limitations on their own sites. So some of them will only record, they will actually stop recording after certain amounts. And then within StreamYard, depending on the plan that you have, there are also options there. So for example, let me see if I can get let me get the actual pricing up for this. So we've got 6 hours per stream is recorded on the basic plan, and on the professional plan, it's 10 hours per stream. So that means that if you do a 6-hour live stream, we will record the first 6 hours of the broadcast and store it for you.
Yeah,
so
and that's a long time. I've done 4 8-hour streams because it was an event that we're doing. We're raising funds when COVID first started. We're trying to raise some money, and I did an 8-hour stream. And then it's still in my back end. It's still saved, so it's still there. I can go back and look at it and edit it some more, and they'll save it there if you're on the different plan. So if you think of that, you're going to be doing a lot more streaming and you want to dive into it, just upgrade. We're in 2022. Take a chance, go to that next level and upgrade.
Yeah, absolutely. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go through just a couple of the questions we have real quick, Charles.
Yep.
But do me a favor. Let's go ahead and put that link out there for for everybody that wants to have us take a look at their live streams in 2022 and just chat with us.
Yep, and I was gonna do that with my friend. He requested bowling with, and then he's on there. He's asking us to check out his live stream. So
Okay.
we'll do that for you, my friend. So I'm gonna put the link to join us in the chat.
And all you have to do is just join us at the link we send you, and then we'll bring you on screen, and we'll want to know, like, in the comments, we'll want to know like what your stream is about. And if you have a stream that we want to look at, let us know. We want to take a look at it. So our goal is to help you start off 2022 with energy and just, do a really good job with your live streams in 2022.
So
whatever your challenge is or whatever your question is. So that's what we're here for.
So, and what did you get for Christmas? Did you get something to change your streaming habits? Did you get something to make your stream a little better? I got something. I put it on for my stocking stuffer for my kids to get me. And that's actually the extender, Christian. I finally got it.
Oh, nice.
So now I got the extender. So now I can go over and get my equipment without unplugging and replugging. So thanks to Christian, because Christian first showed it to me that I can get an extender for my headphones. And now I can get up, walk around, don't have to worry about, getting attached. It's beautiful. Right. So there you go. Thanks, Christian, for that little hint.
Anytime. So while we're waiting for people to pop in, by the way, don't be shy. Come on screen. We want you to come on screen. You don't have to be dressed up. I mean, just come on screen. Again, it's friendly conversation. We want to hear from you what your streams are about, how we can help you. Let's see. So while we're doing that, let me answer a couple questions. So Kathy wants to know, Charles, what kind of lights do you have in your background?
Okay, so these are simple strip lights. Okay.
Ah, cool. Okay. Yeah.
Simple strip lights. You can get them on Amazon. My lights are connected to, our famous girl back then. When I say her name, and I can change the strip lights to any color I want. Plus, I just have simple light bulbs.
Nice.
So I have simple light bulbs that I put into like the little canisters. I got the canisters online or a hardware store for $10. They come with like a little clamp clip, and they're clipped to the table. And then I put the light bulb in, and I'm just going to mute myself for a second just to show you guys.
Yeah, sure. I know why.
And there you go. They're all connected by that famous lady. I just say her name and tell it to change it to any color I want for the show. And they're all connected, and it just turns on. I come into my studio, I say her name. Yeah. And then it turns everything on for me. So it's easy, and they're real non-expensive. You can get strip lights from anywhere. I know, Christian, you got a bunch of them.
I do actually. Yeah. And these are the ones I use. So I'm using the Genie Prismas. This is, again, they're all virtually the same. I think the couple of things though that are super useful about, like, at least the ones I have, they're controlled by an app. So they don't come with a remote. They have an app that I control them with. The app then has other functionality like scheduling, the ability to set different moods. I can also like have them turn on. I can connect them to other things. So I can use these with light bulbs, for example, and say, whatever the name is, set the show, and it would turn these on and make the adjustments for me automatically. Again, it's small little things to help trigger you. For example, like, let's say you're not always on time with your live streams. You could set a timer for your lights and say, hey, you know what? I'm going to have it come on 30 minutes ahead of time. So this is my cue that I need to go, and I need to, I need to get ready to start my show. So,
and then just going to show you this one's on my phone. So if I wanted to just change it on the fly, I just pick whichever color I want, and there it goes in the background.
Yeah. Nice.
So I can just change on the fly.
Nope, absolutely. And so that's a good question, by the way, as well. So there is another related question, by the way. This is coming from Sarah. She's saying, okay, so I think Sarah's saying she got the LED lights, but they flicker on video. So I think that's partly depends on the lights you get. So if you get the cheap ones, for example, the cheap ones will flicker, and there's usually because there's a frequency issue there.
Yes.
So, and I have some of the like I have the ones that are like $5, and like they do flicker as well, or they can at times. The camera can also affect that as well. But yeah, that's a lot of times.
Especially when you go live, the signal and everything that's activating it, it's reading your signal and it starts flashing because the signal is going by.
Fantastic. That's a great question, actually. And then Kathy's asking, what's the name of the app for the lights? So it depends on the lights that you have.
Yes.
So for example, I have the Genie Prisma Strip 32s, and they have their own separate app that they build for those lights. So for example, I couldn't take Charles's lights and use them on my app, or he couldn't take my lights and use them with his. They don't work that way. It's proprietary to whatever brand lights you buy.
So the number one thing is, if you're going to start getting some RGB lights, look at the brand and what other lights they come with and what other lights they can support. So for example, this is one brand here, but this light can't work with my strip lights. I need 2 different apps on my phone to control it, but I can put them all into her name and control them by my voice to each one. So that's another way of controlling them without using your phone. You can set them all in the app world and just call them by name to change them.
Absolutely. Yeah. And there's and I love that. I love that point that you made, Charles, and this is where like, it's all about making a system. So for example, like O'Donnell for Liberty is saying, hey, they use Genie lights as well, and they like the app. Again, it comes down to what your system is. So if you buy the $5 lights here, and then you buy the other lights, they have 2 separate systems that you have to then do and operate independently. Right. And that's where, like, if you said, well, hey, I'm going to build a live stream system, I put in one brand of LED lights and I put the same brand of floodlights, the same light bulb ones Charles showed, and then I can tie all of that into an app.
Yes.
So like, I'll even give you another example. I use these lights, and the company also makes, they make surge protectors as well that have the same functionality, and it all goes into the same app. So I'm not using multiple products at that point. So just keep that in mind.
Yeah, that's the one thing. When I first started out, I was too giddy. I was like, oh, I want this, I want that, I want this. And then when I realized, oh, this does not work with this one, and this does not work with that one, and this does not work with this one. So you got to be very careful of what you're connecting with.
Absolutely. Okay, so Charles, we've got Andrew Pfeffer backstage. Andrew, if you could do me a favor, put us a link in the private chat. We can check out your streamer. We can at least pull it up. That would be fantastic.
Put your stream in. What do you want us to look at? Just type it in and we'll pull it up on the screen. And as we're doing that, there's a lot of comments coming in, and we're just going to see what else we have here.
Again, this show is all about you. So, if you're a StreamYard user, fantastic. If you haven't tried StreamYard, go to StreamYard.com, sign up for free, and start streaming. And again, if you got questions, I love talking tech. I love talking gadgets. So if you have any questions, just let us know.
Okay, we start
Andrew's channel here?
Okay, so here, let's pull this one up, because this one everybody keeps asking at the same time.
Yeah, sure, go ahead. Yep.
Okay, can we start streaming at Facebook Live and Instagram Live too? So no and no. Instagram is not connected yet. I don't know if they're changing their platform style, but you cannot stream to Instagram. They have their own way of streaming. You can only stream on their own platform through their phone. So there's no entity yet that you can stream and attach to yet. It's not come out yet. They're keeping it separate. I know everybody wants it. Everybody requested they would love to stream live to Instagram, but Instagram is just doing it on their own. So we cannot stream to Instagram as yet. Who knows? It's 2022. They might come out and say, okay, we changed our mind. But as of now, you cannot stream to Instagram.
Yeah. Okay. So Andrew's ready. I'm going to go and bring on Andrew. He's got a channel. It's called Bowling with the Fef. 249 subscribers. Again, I'm not going to review your YouTube channel, Andrew, because we have a separate show just for YouTube channel reviews. That's every second Saturday of the month. So it'll be like next week. But I will take a look at your live streams. So I'm going to go and bring on Andrew, and let's do this. So Andrew, how you doing? Happy New Year.
Good. How are you guys? Happy New Year to you too.
Hey, buddy, what's going on? Okay, it looks too sunny where you are, number one. Okay.
That's just the
Windy.
sun reflecting off the snow. That's all.
Oh, okay. I feel better now. I feel better now because I got snow where I am too. I was like, I don't like this guy already. He's got too much sun coming in. Where you calling in from, buddy?
I'm in Altoona, Wisconsin. So we're in the northwest part of the state, about an hour's drive from the Minnesota border, Twin Cities metro area.
All right. Great to have you on the show. So what is your question for us?
Well, my question is, I'm just looking for some ideas and some hints to kind of level up my live stream. I've been doing it for every week for the better part of a year, maybe a year and a quarter. And, as live streamers, I'm sure we all kind of worry about our content getting stale, and just kind of looking for some fresh ideas and maybe some suggestions to implement in the new year.
All right. So tell us, what is your stream all about?
Okay, so I'm a bowler. I've been a competitive bowler and, a league bowler, tournament bowler, etc. for about 35 years. I went to VidCon 2019 because my day job is as a social media marketer, and everybody was talking about live stream. So I also have a history in local television. I was a reporter and anchor, all that good stuff. So being camera shy or anything like that wasn't the problem. It was just getting the gear and getting going. And since bowling has always been my passion, I've tried to incorporate some interviewing skills and storytelling skills, and kind of revealing the characters in our sport, both on a local level and on a national level. So I've brought on professionals, I've brought on local people, I've brought on the commissioner of the Professional Bowling Association, the guy who does the PA announcements at the PBA telecasts. So a bunch of interesting personalities to kind of do a deep dive into their stories.
Okay. So then the question I have for you is, you want to take your stream to the next level. You want to start leveling up. Are you monetizing? Is that the next thing you want to do, is monetize your stream?
Well, I guess that wouldn't hurt. I do have a sponsor who has covered some of the cost of this. And, of course, I wouldn't mind getting more. But just really attracting viewership and making content and kind of showcasing it in a way that's enjoyable for not only people who are into bowling, but even that audience that maybe isn't all that familiar with the technical aspects of the sport, but just kind of find this kind of thing interesting.
All right. Christian, did you find his stream?
I do. I have it pulled up, actually. And I pulled up your last episode. I think it was episode 58.
58.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I guess part of the question I have is like, where's the challenge you're running into? Is it like getting subscribers, getting viewers, technical aspect? What do you think?
Yeah, I think subscribers for the most part, and viewership. Everybody seems to have that goal of 1,000 subscribers and whatever the watch hours is. I feel like I have a pretty decent following right now of loyal viewers, but I just want to kind of expand that a little bit.
Okay, cool. So this is Andrew's channel. I'm going to give you all a link to this. Okay, so this is Bowling with the Fef. This is his 58th episode. So like your streams, this one's an hour and 14 minutes. Okay, so you got 200. So like on average, how many viewers do you usually get? You get 96 on this one, but what is it like?
Oh, you're talking total viewers? That's about average. I've had some in upwards of 500 and others that haven't broken triple digits, but it's usually pretty close to that 100 or so.
So I think one question I guess I would have is outside of, so like you're interviewing people, right? Which is awesome, right? Yep. On the channel, and I haven't looked at all the other videos you're doing, but do you cover other topics? Like, do you do like tutorials on bowling, or like have you branched into that, or is it just like, hey, I do interviews? Right
now, it's pretty well interview based. I've done a couple of YouTube shorts, from bowling centers and things like that. This next year, I'm working on getting into some live events at bowling tournaments and things like that. I have one coming up on January 9th. Never done it before. It's a little, a little nervous about it, but, because I don't have a ton of bandwidth for that kind of thing, I've really done all this from my house. But it's interesting to me, and I want to get into kind of a play-by-play thing to supplement, the interviews that I do every week.
All right. So that was my first thought to you, because if you want people to get interested in it, you got to bring the realness to it.
Yeah.
Right. So you got to do like, I'd say like a live blog video style. Okay. You know, you walking in one day, putting, you know, show them you lacing up and you know, bowling a couple, and then just walking to other people and them all having fun about bowling. Because the thing is, if you want people to be interested in the sport, they got to see how fun it is.
Yeah.
You know, some people haven't gone out and bowling in years. You know what I mean? They forgot about how fun it is and something to do as a family and something great. You can be that person to show them the fun side and then the serious side and then the experts. So
Sure.
tie that all in. If you make it too top level, you're only going to get a certain amount of people.
Right.
Right. But if you make it fun for all family and new beginners and show them the fun about it, you know, like go in there and tell them about the different ball size.
Sure.
You know what I mean? What to look for and how to start. There might be people that never ever bowled before.
Mm-hmm.
You're the guy to help them out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So bring that all aspect into your live streams. And even if you go and do some pre-recording and then come back and do a live show and add it into your stream. Because the great thing with StreamYard is, don't forget, you can add videos into your shows.
Sure.
So you can say, hey, I went and you know what? There was a bunch of kids bowling and they were fantastic. And here, let me show you some of them today.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then they play it and you go, look at, and you go, guys, look at this 4-year-old. and then you just see the ball rolling and rolling and rolling and rolling, and then she hits one pin. It's just the fun.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah. So you know, you just go there. You talk to your bowling alley that they know you. It's great for them too because they're getting marketing. And then just the main thing I would say too, if you're going to record some people, just get them to sign a release form. Say, hey, I do a live stream. And I think you guys are great. Do you mind if I put you on my show? And bring cards. Here is my live stream channel.
Okay.
They're going to click because they're going to want to watch themselves.
Sure.
Yeah. And I got to say, I love that idea actually that Charles is giving right now, which is like branching out. Cause like, for example, I've got your interview playing right here. I'm just gonna be honest. Like I love the bowling pins. I love the color. Like I love the look of everything. But I'm looking through it. I'm like, oh, well, if this is an interview, like I have to really be liking the sort of the history again of bowling or learning more about who Paul Wolf is and things like that. Right. Versus I do like the idea of like, if your demographic is people that want to watch interviews, that's great. But I also would say you need to supplement it with other types of content. So like, you should do live streams. Maybe the interview is your live stream. But then you should also consider doing like shorter videos. There's a really good tip actually from Soap School who says, how about YouTube shorts with loads of strikes or complete misses?
Yeah.
Like,
and I've done a few shorts like that. And they've, at least a couple of them have ended up, at least as far as I can tell, on the shorts shelf or whatever they call it. And they've gotten, multiple thousands of views. Yeah. But yeah, that's a great idea, is to really kind of take advantage of the power of that.
Or even maybe I haven't checked this out, but maybe you could make shorts with your people here as well that you're interviewing. Mm-hmm. Like if you have, maybe for example, you could make a short, I don't know what, again, sorry for my ignorance on like Paul Wolf and his background, but what you could also do then is say like, hey, you know what, let's do a short on Paul Wolf to entice people to go watch the full interview.
Sure.
Because then I think your bowling aficionados are going to want to also go watch that. So. Sure.
I did one, like I said, with the guy who does the PA announcements at the televised events. So in the beginning of that live stream, I asked him to kind of do a PBA style player introduction, only with my name and where I'm from and all that. And I tossed that up on shorts. That one seemed to kind of fall flat though. That was, I mean, it didn't, I don't know, it may have about 30 views or so.
Yeah, but what did you add with it though? See, the thing is with live streaming, it has to be audio and visual.
Right.
And you have to get them interactive. So here's the suggestion just for me. Sure. I would go to the bowling alley one day. Don't record anybody. Just record the ball going down the runway.
The lane. Yep.
See, even the words too. I said runway, you said lane. Exactly. Yeah. Little things that will help people understand the game better.
Sure.
And then I would just pause it like record it. So if I'm interviewing a guest right now,
Mhm.
I would like, hey, let's have some fun with a guest today. I said, okay, I'm going to show you some 3 videos, and you have to let me know, do you think they got a strike or a miss? What do you think? So they look at the first ball,
Mhm.
and he's the expert. He goes, that looks pretty straight. I think that's a strike. Okay, let's see it. And then you continue playing.
Good call.
And let's see if he got it right or wrong. It's just, it's a fun game to enter into the interview. So it breaks it up like Christian said. So it's not just a straight interview. It gets people engaged, like, oh, I wonder if he's right. Okay, let's watch it.
Yeah.
Just little things like that you can throw into the mix.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
And you've also got some really good feedback here from other viewers. We've got Brock Morel saying, hey, more content for casual bowlers. Should I buy my own shoes? How to bowling alleys clean, rental gear, etc. So again, it comes down to what your goal is. Like, is your goal, or is your goal to educate people on bowling, or is it, like, and if it is, that could be the history. It could be a number of these different topics as well. Like, for example, for the casual bowlers, like who are you really trying to target? If it's the kids, and getting them into bowling, and maybe they sign up for some class or something with you, then, make sure the content resonates towards them. If it's the casual bowler, make sure it covers those basic aspects. Personally, I don't know a whole lot of people that have YouTube channels on bowling. You're actually the only person I know. And so I would say this. The other thing you could also do is you could capitalize on just on, like, cornering that market of, like, teaching people all these aspects about bowling. It's like, it's like there's a guy, Roger Wakefield. He's a plumber, and he capitalized on the YouTube side by making, videos and live streams about plumbing.
Yep. He was at VidCon when I was. I actually sat behind him at a session and shook his hand and all that.
Yeah, he's a very cool guy, very down to earth guy. And so, like, you could take that same thing and put that angle into bowling. So
yeah. To be honest with you, like Christian said, I love your background, the pins, the red. You got that whole feel. Your lighting is key. You look clean. The volume sounds great. I think what you need to do is just add that little sparks here and there to get people interested at the same time.
Sure.
That's all it is. You know what I mean? It's like talking to a rocket guy and not seeing a rocket blast off.
Yep.
You know what I mean? They want to see a rocket. They want to see an engine. They want to see something to go along with me interviewing that guy. So try to implement some of that stuff.
Sure. Can I ask you one other question too, as long as I've got you?
Yeah, real quick.
I know that StreamYard makes it really easy to download audio into a podcast form. And I've had people who watch my show say, you should really do that because I'm driving in my car. I want to take in all the content. I just, YouTube's kind of clunky for me. What's your feeling on essentially re-racking it into a podcast format from a YouTube talk show format?
That's me.
I was gonna say, I do a live stream. Like, I do a live stream and I do the same thing. I have a live stream that is also a podcast about live streaming.
Okay. Same here. So we both do it, and that's one thing I love about StreamYard. That after I do the live stream like we're doing, you go, you download it, you clean it up a little bit. You know what I mean? Because there's certain things, and then just remember though, if you're going to start doing that, you got to remember that you can't say, "Hey, look at this," because you can't. They won't be able to see it. You know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah.
So you could say, "Hey, I'll show you the pictures in the description later. You can go on there and look at it. Like certain words, you just have to change. But besides that, it's all good."
Sure. Okay. Great.
All right, buddy. Well, thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Really appreciate it, guys.
And
all
please
right,
come back because we want to hear how you're doing. So
you bet.
Awesome. Thanks, Andrew.
Thank you. Happy New Year.
You too.
Yeah, that's all it is, Christian. Sometimes you just got to take your stream to that next level. You know what I mean? Like do little things to get people engaged now because so many streamers, but you're right. He's got a niche, bowling, and, he can take that to a whole new level. So fantastic on him.
And I'm going to drop a link to Andrew's channel here. So if you're interested in bowling, you want to even maybe offer him some suggestions, go and check that out. Well worth it. Okay, Charles. So do we want to tackle some comments, or you want to wait till the end and do Q&A at the end?
You know something? We got 16 of them in here, so let's just start dropping 2 or 3 at a time, and then as more people jump in.
Awesome. So here, I'll start with this. So Ujo is asking, is there a way to save the live chat in StreamYard? So I think you might be talking about maybe the private. If it's the private chat, no. If it's comments, what I would do is I'd consider starring some of them, but go immediately back in after the stream and
Yeah.
maybe try. There's no way to directly export the comments.
No.
So maybe what you could do, the other thing also is, remember, you got a screenshot. Like you have a screenshot tool on your computer, so you could screenshot a whole bunch of the comments if you want to.
Yes, and here's the thing that people forget. There's something called hotkeys. All right, so you can actually put one of your keys as a hotkey. So every time you see something, just push the button, and it takes a picture and it saves it on file, and then you can always go back later and respond or do back. So take your screenshotter, put it on a hotkey, and just push the button. Push the button every time you need it. It's right there, nice and easy.
Excellent question. Okay, so let's see. Here's a good one from Phil. Daniel, Phil's asking, with this whole like background we got going on, the wallpaper, can you have a movie in the background on the green screen, for instance? Directly in StreamYard, no, we have green screen support and we have virtual backgrounds. That's all under your cam and mic settings. So if you go into a broadcast, click on cam mic settings, and then you'll see virtual background, or virtual, I think it says, and you'll be able to add, right now, version 1, a still image of that. If you want to bring in a movie or things like that, you do have to use a third-party tool, which means bringing in a virtual camera. Okay, let's see. Let's do one more question. Let's see. We already did this one. Let's see. So Jeff is asking, love the product. How do I run the live stream but not actually have myself on camera? I need to run one, but I'll only be the editors on the stream. So there's, I guess, how do you want to explain this one, Charles?
Okay, so I do that right now for other people because I help other people broadcast. So when you come on, you just take yourself off. So for example, if I just remove all you saw was just Christian, but I can still control all the ads, the videos. I can do all that. So I'm going to take myself off, but you're going to see me flip through certain things. I'll show you just now. Okay, so I'm going to take myself off. I was controlling that in the background.
So Charles can be, so there's two ways I guess you look at this. One is if you're in a stream like this, and for example, Charles, I'm going to take you off. I'm going to put my hands up, and then I'm going to have you do certain things. Okay. So like, if I want to have Charles control my stream, my hands are up here, and like, he can take the comments up, he can take them down, he can do banners, he can switch the views. He's doing all that from the backstage area just by logging into the account. He did not add himself to the live stream. That's key. If I add him to the live stream like this, his mic at that point is active unless he mutes himself or I mute him. Now, the other way that you can go about also adding yourself to the stream is this way. And let me share this screen real quick with you. And I want to show you this because not a lot of people, I don't think, know about this feature.
The voice of God.
Yes. So the other way, so let's pull that question back up, actually. So the question was like, they want to be able to participate in the live stream. So if I go down to cam mic settings here and I go over to general here, you're going to see an option. Let me see. Yeah. So let me see. You're going to have, so we're going to have this. So if you go to audio avatars, if that is checked, so it's checked right now and I stop my camera, here's what's going to happen. So when I stop my camera, you're going to see this logo, right? However, if I uncheck the audio avatars option and now stop my camera, let me go back into that. Sorry, I got to be in the right studio. There we go. And then if I stop the camera at this point, I'm still in the stream and you can hear me. All I did was simply uncheck the audio avatars box.
And that's what we call, like, when we say the voice of God, because if you're doing an event and you just want to be the host that calls the next guest onto stage or next guest on the stream, but you don't want to see your face and you don't want it to be as an avatar, you can do it that way. So for example, if I remove myself, so if I stop my camera, there's my avatar. You can still hear me. It's a little picture, my voice, but I'm on screen. And sometimes that's okay. But when you're doing a production and you want to introduce the next guest, the way Christian had it a while ago, where it's just his voice, he can say, and next we have Charles Matthews. And then I pop on the screen. You didn't have to see his face, but you heard the voice introduce me, come on stage.
So that's two different ways you can do that. So it's a great question, actually, that we got. So Jeff, if you have any other questions on that, do us a favor. just again, let us know. We also have StreamYard.com/contact if you want to reach out to our support team. And there's also a StreamYard Facebook group. By the way, Leo, who is now running our green room, can you do me a favor? Can you drop the link to the Facebook group for everyone that's watching? We have a Facebook community where you can join other live streamers and get additional help as well. Okay, so Charles, we've got another person wanting to come on screen and join us.
M3.
Actually, it's John. Let me see. Is
John? John's here? Let's see. Okay.
Which one's? Yeah. Okay. So I think we got John, right? Yeah. So John wants to know how to do rolling graphics. MCA John Maturi, we're going to bring you on. Let me know when you're ready. I think, is he frozen? Let's see.
Nope. Give us a thumbs up, John, if you're ready.
Let's go ahead and bring him on, Charles. We'll see how it goes.
All right.
John,
hello,
how you doing? Hi, how are you?
Fine, thank you. Thank you, fine.
So what can we help you with?
Yeah, I actually wanted to understand about roll-up graphics.
Okay. Can you elaborate?
For example, and normally at the banner, we have a rolling graphic, only one line. But if I want to put 2 lines or 3 lines, it's not possible with the StreamYard. So I just wanted to know if it's possible.
No. Okay, so I know what you're saying. So for example, I'm gonna put these up right now. So here's the sticker. You want to know if you can have multiple going at the same time.
Yeah, I just want to know if I can have 2 or 3 lines.
No, it's one line, and then you would have to take one off and then add the next one. So you can't have them all going at the same time.
And you also got to look at it like this. I mean, what would be the application, by the way? Why would you want to have 3 lines or 2 or 3 lines?
In most of
three banners, right? Like you mean three?
In most cases, in most cases, when I'm doing my live stream, I normally have the different occasions happening, so I have to make them pop up. You know, maybe I have an event somewhere, and I want to make this happen. But I have to remove and put another one. I have to remove, put another one. But I want to do this at once.
Okay, so here's another way. Don't forget you have banners. So you can use banners to do exactly that. And banners, to me, is actually better sometimes because it's in your face for people to see it. So for example, I'm going to put this one on. So Happy New Year 2022. But then you also have your drop thirds, where you can add wording on there underneath. So forget you can do drop thirds at the same time. So you see how my banner's going, and then there's a comment. You can add multiple things at the same time. So you can do giveaways, the banner's still up, see? So instead of you trying to do all, tickers on the bottom, you can add multiple stuff to it at the same time.
Okay, I'll try to do that.
So it's and the easiest way to do that is literally just doing this, going into banners here. Let me share my screen here. If you want me to take a look at your YouTube stream as well, let me know, or your live stream, let me know.
No issues, no problems. Okay, it's fine.
Okay, so let me do this. Let me show you the StreamYard dashboard actually. And I want to show you that because this way we can make sure that you know how to do this. So let's take this down and then let's show you. There we go. Okay. So for example, we have 2 things. We have comments and we have banners. So if we bring a comment up, it's going to look like this, right?
Yeah.
Now, if we want to bring up a separate banner at the same time, okay. So this first one, this is a static banner. So what it does is it replaces the comment, right? You can only have, you could display a comment and you can display a scrolling ticker, but you can't display a banner and a comment at the same time, because if you think about it, they occupy the same space. So, but if we want to actually so we have the banner right now, we want to actually have something go on the bottom. I'm going to click the edit button here, and I'm just going to check this box here that says scroll across bottom ticker. So now if I edit, I select that, I hit save, and I can have 1,000 characters, by the way, in that scrolling ticker. Now I can bring both those items up on screen. Does that make sense?
Yeah, sure.
So now I have both of them.
How about getting the real time on the screen. It's not possible.
How do you get the time on screen like we have right here?
Yeah.
Okay, so that is actually something that we have uploaded under the, so you have to download a countdown timer. And what we've done is we made 5-minute timers and 10-minute timers. They're part of the assets. So we have a set of asset folders that we give everybody, been giving everybody at the beginning of the month. So if you go to the Facebook group, there's going to be a pinned post with that link to the assets for the month. And there's going to be one in there. For example, I think for January, I think there's a 10-minute timer. And so if you want that, you just download it and then we upload it to the logo section. It's an animated GIF, basically. It's a 10-minute animated GIF, or in this case, it's a 5-minute one. So, and then once I've uploaded, all I have to do is this, and it just counts down.
Okay, thank you. I'll try to do that.
Awesome.
All right.
Super easy, actually. Should take like 5 minutes to get up and running. So.
Okay. Thank you so much. Happy New Year. Okay.
All right. Happy New Year, my friend. Yeah, that's another great question about the timer. So a lot of people are I've used the timer when I do rapid fire.
Yeah.
It gives your stream a little bit more oomph. So I'm like, okay, to my guests, we got 2 minutes to answer all these questions. Are you ready? And they're all excited. And I'm like, okay, go. And I put the timer up and they're answering the questions. She's like, oh, I got 1 minute. Okay, I got 1 minute. And she's excited because she sees the ticker counting down. And that's like Christian said, it's real easy. All you do is you put it in the logo, click, and there it goes.
Yeah.
And if you want to restart, what do you do, Christian?
Just click it. Well, in this case, I just let it go because it actually will, like, when it counts to 0, it'll actually start over because it's an animated GIF.
There you go.
However, you can click it and turn it on and off to restart it each time. So it's an animated GIF at the moment.
So 5. I can restart it as much as time I want. I can keep restarting this thing back and forth. So there you go. All right. Let's bring on M3. M3, you're ready. Give me some thumbs up, my friend. All right, here we go. M3.
Hey, good morning, gentlemen.
Hey, buddy. Good. How you doing?
Oh, awesome. Happy New Year to you guys.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Hey,
so what's going on, buddy?
Well, Well, okay. Well, my question is like, I want to improve on my aesthetics for my YouTube channel within the StreamYard. Now, StreamYard is definitely awesome. Like, I'm liking like the new features, especially Teams. Because Teams is definitely like a game changer for me because I work with a group of people, and sometimes if I'm not able to, like, let's say, like, go live right away, let's say with the click of my cell phone. Usually I stream from my computer, but if I was to go live just for my team so they could host, and they're using the internet from their computer, by me clicking host, would that kind of still affect the live streams, like the bandwidth or so? If that makes sense. Because with my phone, you're not really connected with your Ethernet cord.
Right.
Oh,
you're talking streaming from your mobile phone?
Yes, I see what you're saying. Like you're the main guy. Mm-hmm. You're not around, but you start it with your phone.
Yes.
And then the rest of your team is using Teams until you get there.
Yeah, and they're on the computer.
Mm-hmm. They're on the computer. I see what you're saying. So yeah, because remember, you're the main person. So the stream starts off with you first.
Okay. And even if I leave, like, as far as like being the host, would that also shut the stream down, or would it continue to keep going?
Well, here's the funny thing with StreamYard, and we talked about this, I think, a week or two ago. Remind me, Christian, if my computer goes down, the stream will still run for how long?
It'll still run for at least a few minutes. I think it probably is maybe even 30 minutes, actually. I think it might be 30 minutes.
So even if your phone goes down, it'll still stream for you to power it back up and log in yourself again.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's the beauty of it. Because here's a quick story. I was trying to get another window.
Mm-hmm.
By accident, I clicked the StreamYard window and shut me out.
Right.
And my guests were still there doing their interview. So I just logged back in real quick, and it just popped me back in where I was. The stream was still going. The guests didn't even know I left. Everything was still going on. That's the beauty of StreamYard. Like, it popped me back in like nothing ever happened.
Right. Okay. That's okay. That's good to know. The other question is that like sometimes like okay within let's say like the backgrounds. I know you can't have like a totally like movable background. Like let's say like you can't add videos all around the backgrounds, which it would be like a nice feature to have. But and I know like you have to use like I guess GIFs, which it could go up to I think what is it 3 megabytes? Sorry, I think the storage are 3 megabits, I believe.
3 megabytes, yeah.
If I'm saying right. Okay, but I know it's like if some StreamYards like they have like the little flashing lights that's going around like the boxes. How do you align the boxes like, or how do you align the like lights or like graphics around like your boxes? If that makes sense. Like I know it's easier when there's like 2 people because we don't have like so many people. Like you could just have like 2 squares and then that's it. But how do you properly align? Like what do you have to use? Canva, or are there any templates that we could download?
Well, Christian said a great person last time for the outline. What did you say last time, Christian?
I think it was Easel, right?
Yes.
I think that was the one. Yeah. So you could do a couple things. One is like, let's say you wanted to build something around this current layout that we have right now. Okay. Mm-hmm. What I would do is this. I would either, so if you're like, hey, we're going to have 3 people on and you have 3 people join, you could take a screenshot of this and you can build your graphic around that. Okay. Because you're going to have to cut out spots for our video feeds. Does it make sense?
Okay. Yes.
So that's going to be the best way in terms of like, how do I build on top of what the video feed looks like? Like put yourself in the stream as a solo layout, take a screenshot, save it, open up 2 browser windows with, you can do this, right? You can go to invite, copy the guest link and open a second browser instance and it will come in as 2 of you. Okay. If you want to. So you could have 2 of you, put 2 of you on screen and whatever view, take a screenshot, do 3, 4, etc. Right?
Oh, okay. I get you.
Yeah. So that's the first thing I do. Second thing is if you go into like an easel.com, so it's EASIL.com. If you go into their tool, you could search StreamYard. They actually do have a bunch of pre-built templates as well that you can also work off of if you want to.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's even easier.
Yeah.
I know you guys. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, and here's one thing I was going to say too. Some people are like, well, if I use a template, I can never switch the people. And yes, you can, because right now you're at the bottom, correct?
Correct.
All I got to do is switch you to the top, just like that. So don't forget, everybody, if you make a template and you want to move the people around, don't forget drag and drop. Drag and drop. Okay, so we're still in the 3-box format, but we can move everybody around. So if you get a template with 2 people, it doesn't have to be you on the left all the time and Christian on the right all the time. You can always, come back from commercial and switch the positions. Make it unique. Make it different.
Okay, nice.
Does that make sense?
It makes sense. And then I don't want to hold up too much of your time. Thank you for teaching us how to like add like the timer to the upper right, because I never really thought about that. I always wanted to have a timer, but I didn't know how to really properly add the timer to it until you guys kind of showed and explained it to us. So that was like definitely a game changer, because I do have a lot of guests, like up to 10 people, and sometimes people can get long-winded. So it's good to have a timer to, politely wrap them up.
Yeah, listen, you could give them the horn, you can give them the bell, make your stream like, here's what I keep telling everybody. Remember, it's live stream. Okay, make it fun. Okay, so if you do a countdown, and at the end of the countdown, give them a horn, give them a buzz, give them a ding, give them something. You know what I mean? And it's fun. They know they do it in the debates. When your time's up, you hear ding, 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 like the bell is there. Have it fun, because after a while, people don't want to hear the bell.
Yeah.
So they'll joke around with you and be like, well, that's my time before the bell hits. All right.
Yeah, and I do have like a soundboard to do those things too.
There you go. So give it, give it to them.
Yeah. Okay. What my last question, this is going to be follow-up to that. Now, sure. I know you demonstrated a way how you could still add like the God voice, and that also you could add the sounds in the background. And I know you have to turn your avatar off, but sometimes we have people who don't want to be seen, but we don't want to like make them all like, like God voices, like we want them to be
Right.
seen as well. What would be your suggestion for like
Avatars.
avatars?
Give them all avatars, because you don't want all just voices coming in. They don't want to be seen. You say, no problem. Find your best photo that you love and make yourself an avatar.
Oh, I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
kind of like a little music icon or something that's like
exactly. Just make yourself an avatar. So if I'm there, that's the picture I chose. I think that picture looks good. I like that picture. So that's my picture I'm going to use for your show.
Yes.
Because some people, like you said, some people don't feel comfortable being on camera live, but they don't mind in the discussion. They don't mind talking to you. They all have a Facebook picture. They all have that one picture from high school or whatever they have. Yeah. So tell them, put it up and let's start. And that's me. I'll do the whole show just like this. There's my avatar.
Okay. That definitely makes sense. Well, before I go, I guess if I could probably make ask one last question. And my question is, in the future, will you guys I guess like have an update where you could have like a music playlist?
A music playlist. Oh, okay.
I'd say this. I can't comment on like upcoming features, but I would say it's worth that's a really good idea. I'd say it might be worth submitting it to our team. So if you go to StreamYard.com/contact, we have a form you can fill out. Just give us, like explain the feature to us.
Okay. But here's a question.
Hey, this is what. Yeah.
But here's a question for you. Why would you need a music playlist?
Well, because like we have for my live streams, we try to do a lot of different things, and then we have a DJ that we will be featuring, and so we want to like kind of scroll through like different like sounds that he makes. So I think like having like a music playlist would just be a lot more easier, as opposed to like maybe going to an application and having to click and scroll through these things. So that's what I was like thinking.
But don't you have you said you had a soundboard though?
Well, I have a soundboard as far as like for sound effects, but not for like music like per se.
But you can if you can put sound effects in, you can put music in.
Oh, okay, I get what you're saying.
So if you have a soundboard, like it depends here, it depending on what you have here.
Yeah.
Right. So here's my soundboard right here. Okay. Now I can put music instead of sound effects. I can put actual songs in there.
Okay, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, so you have 1, 2, 3, and 4, depending on what you have. I know Christian has the I got the Go XLR, right? So I can put sound effects in, but then I can also put music.
Okay. Well, see, like for mine, it's like when I'm like for my soundboard, it's more like a digital thing, like for my application. So
what are you trying to do? I guess walk me through that. Like, okay,
so what I'm trying to do is like I want to add the sounds like directly within the StreamYard, but the thing is because I have my microphone, my sounds is coming from like like a simple mobile phone and audio speakers, and then that's how music gets transmitted through my microphone.
Okay, so are you looking to just play like background music?
Yes.
Okay. So there's a few different ways you can do this. One of those is with a physical mixer. So you can use like what Charles has, or I have a Rodecaster Pro. So basically I can play music through that and then it will come into the actual broadcast. Okay. It comes in separate separate from my mic audio. Okay.
Okay.
So that's one way. The other way is you can actually, if you're on a Mac, you can use Loopback. So it's a Mac application specifically. It's called Loopback. And what it does is it allows you to play any sort of audio file that you have to set it up as background music and bring it into StreamYard, for example, at that point. Or if you're on a PC, there's a tool called Voice Meter as well. And it's a free download and you can do the same thing there as well. Those are ways that you can bring in the audio. Now you have to remember whatever audio you play, make sure that it is copyright free, meaning don't play anything from Spotify or Apple Music or even YouTube, for example, that kind of stuff. And so you can play that.
Music. Yeah.
Do what?
And do remember too, each platform allows certain music. So for example, if you take, if you go to YouTube, YouTube has a selection of songs. Okay, that doesn't mean that song will work on Facebook. So it's better to go to a platform like Christian said, that's universal for all platforms, just to be safe.
Okay.
And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to drop some links in the, there's a couple of videos. If you go to the StreamYard YouTube channel, you can look up voice meter. I'll put a link there right now in the comments. And there's voice meter. There's loopback. If you look up either of those, you will find those on our YouTube channel. We've got videos on how to actually set background music up, for example, in voice meter. It's pretty easy, actually.
Okay, thank you for everything. Yes.
Yeah. And again, if you have any questions on that, feel free to either put them in the comments of that video, or you're also welcome to reach out to our support team as well at streamyard.com/contact, and we can help you as well get that set up if you get stuck.
Okay, we'll do. Well, thank you, Christian. Thank you, Charles, for everything, and that definitely helps.
Not a problem.
And don't be afraid to reach out. Seriously, if you have any questions, don't be afraid to ask us. Don't be afraid to post it in the Facebook group, wherever you want, and tag us, and we're more than happy to help.
All right, we'll do. All right, thank you, guys.
All right, buddy. Have a good one. Happy New Year.
You too. Happy New Year.
Yeah, I think that's the new hit for everybody this year. They want to add some music to it. They want to add some streams to it. But like we had Sarah, Stream Beats is another platform you can go to.
Yeah.
Right. So, take a look, and if you're gonna do the music, do it right. Right. Get copyright free music. Don't get your channel banned for no reason. Doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? Just get the proper music.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. And also make sure if you're going to do that, so make sure it's copyright free. And then the other thing also is a lot of people would probably do this. They'd probably take their phone, they'd probably hold it up to the mic. And when you do that, it's going to create audio feedback. It's not something you want to do. I see Leo laughing in the background about that.
Leo loves doing that. Leo thinks that's the best way. Something? Let me just bring Leo in. Leo, isn't that the best way, buddy? That sound. You love that sound, Leo.
No, Charles. No, I don't. I think the key thing though is on this. If you're going to do it, just make sure the volume levels. We've talked about meters in the past about the different levels, and if you're going to have background music, make sure it's background music. Make sure it's just slightly lower than what you're listening there, because otherwise it's going to bleed over and take over the show, and people are going to say they can't hear what you're saying, and it's actually quite noticeable. So whenever you see a meter, the big thing is it's a meters or dB ratings. 3 decibels is half. It's a bit of a confusing thing. So you go up by 3 dB, you're doubling the sound. You go by 9 dB, you're going up 3 times. So it's quite a lot. So by dropping something down by 9 dB below the rest of it, you're literally 3 times lower. And that's the difference between hearing something over the top or sitting in the background. And you just got to find and adjust that. And you should always get somebody else who's not on the show to be listening to it, so you can hear the levels and get that level right. Otherwise, all people are going to be doing is hearing the music, and they're not going to be hearing what you're saying.
Absolutely. And here's the thing. There are also hacks that people can do to bring background music in. There's all sorts of ways to make it happen. You have to keep in mind that source. And I love your point as well, Leo, about having someone else go listen. So, you have to make sure that there's a lot of little things you have to line up. Like, make sure you have the right source. Make sure you have somebody before. Don't just say, hey, I'm going to turn it on now. Like, test it out. Have someone else join you and have them listen and tell you what it sounds like. So you have to line up all these different pieces and then test it out. Like, do a live stream, talk, and then play the background music, for example. Because I know some mics have what's called ducking, where they basically will mute the other sounds. And so you may get other sound that comes in, and it could be causing some issues depending on how you have things set up. So again, you want to test this all out before you actually start using it.
Yeah. And one of the things also key to doing this, and when you're listening to different things, is, so when I'm on a live show, normally I'm wearing in-ears. So these are my in-ear monitors so that I can hear things. But when I'm actually, because I'm in the green room today, so I'm the guy that if you're going to come on this live show, and please come on, we put the links up here. I'm going to put another link up in a second. So if you want to join the show to come on and ask questions, there's the link there. I made it a bit.ly one, so it's a bit shorter. I want to listen to the person to make sure we can actually hear them, so that we can hear them as best as we can before I pass them over to the guys here. So that's why I've got some monitoring headphones which are designed for that. So it is worth listening, because there is a huge difference when you listen to something like these, which are really, they're good. They're good enough to hear voice, but they're not great, to these sort of things where you're actually hearing all the noise and actually being able to define if somebody sounds good or bad.
That's a great point. And I want to echo your same comment you just made. AirPods. A lot of people use AirPods. And here's the thing. Here's the thing. They sound really good to you. And here's the reason why. Because these have microphone. It's a sort of a gimmick, I guess. It's a good product. Yeah. But the way they work is they have the software that they have that controls them. It listens around you and it says, oh, well, hey, if they hear air conditioning coming in, they are trying to make that adjustment so that it sounds good to you. But on the other end, it may not sound good to the other person. So you got
they're the best. I have this discussion all the time. They say, but we see professionals on TV with AirPods in, and I go, that's what they're listening with. That is not their microphone.
Exactly.
The microphone on the AirPods is just not great.
And that's, to be honest with you, that's in their ear. That's not even them listening. That's actually the director in the back room telling them, go to commercial. Or get ready to go. That's who they're listening to. Yeah, they're listening to that person and say, okay, go to commercial. And that's when you hear sometimes people say, oh, all right, we got to go to commercial. We're going to be right back. Or, oh, my guy's talking to me. Our guest is coming on. Okay, they're talking to them there, but that's the mic. That's the main thing. Yeah. So yeah, absolutely. And I'm like with you too, Leo. If I'm on screen, I use these because they just look better. You know what I mean? If you're doing it. But if I'm editing or listening to sound or editing sound, I got to hear it. I want to hear everything closed in my ears. I don't want to hear nothing else. I want to hear that sound coming in directly. I got to have my headphones. So,
and just while we haven't talked about this before that I can remember about the difference in headphones. There's effectively two different types of headphones. There's open back and there's closed back. So what the difference is for people is an open back headphone means that the noise coming out will bleed out. So they're not great in an office environment because people hear it, or if you're doing if you're in a gallery. So open back. But the advantage of open back is your ears don't get hot. So they actually let your ears get cool down. So closed back are better in respect to, you close the noise off, you don't hear other noise, etc. But eventually, after a while, with most closed back headphones, you will feel that your head's getting hot. And that's why there are both the types. So it depends on what you're trying to do. If you're in a live environment where you're in like a gallery with other people in the room, etc., having open back doesn't really work. You know what it's like when you're on the public transport and somebody's got open back earphones, you can hear them about 3 carriages away. That's the problem.
And for those of you and just to clarify for US folks as well, so it's on ear and over ear. So keep that in mind. So over ear is what Leo has on right now.
I was just talking about open ear. Over ear. Yeah,
exactly. It's the ones that basically, think of it like this: they go completely over your ear and then they suction. And then if you get the on ear ones, they sit on your ear, but they don't completely so that's where you can get audio bleed basically. Yeah. So excellent comments.
There's lots we could spend all day long talking about headphones, and there are people out there that do.
Yeah. So we have Soap School saying we need air conditioning in our headphones.
I agree. That's it. They'll come up with it. I mean, I'm a big in-ear person for certain things. In fact, the other thing I've got, I've taken them off actually. I have induction headphones as well.
And what are induction headphones? I know what they are, but what are they for viewers?
Here we go. Sorry. These are my induction headphones. So what these do is they sit in front of my ear. So this little piece sits in front of my ear, but my ear is sitting behind, so it's open. Now the great news is they work on the bone conduction. They work on there. they are really, really good to be able to hear and also hear things around you. So in a live environment, so if I'm at a live event, I can also hear calls and things from in the room, as well as actually hearing the actual event. The downside is they're not going to give you clarity like these do, because you are hearing other things at the same
Hearing
time.
everything coming in at the same time.
Exactly. So you've just got to work out what's the right things for what you're trying to do. It's like there is never a perfect set of headphones that work. The other reason I use these is when I'm snowboarding, so I can make sure that I can sneak up on the skiers and frighten the hell out of them.
So, by the way, Leo, I have a one quick question. Actually, we have a question here from our viewers, and this is from El Shode for Villa Maravilla. He's asking, I find it hard to calibrate voice levels with my guests. Some of them are like super high. So do you have any tips or tricks to help with that?
Yeah, so I normally run a meter. It will take me a couple of minutes to bring it up because I've got my meters running, but I'll bring up a meter, which is so there's ways and means to bring up things so that you can actually see them.
Okay.
I'm going to see if this will work. I don't remember if this works.
Is it the same one? Remember we called you.
It's the WLM Plus, but I
Okay.
don't know if WLM Plus will actually work where I am at the moment. I'm going to have to do a screen share. Yeah, no, I'm going to have to do a screen share. So it's going to take me a minute or so to do it. But what it is it's always really difficult to know, both in video and in audio, is what is correct. How do you calibrate things? And you listen to things, and one of the things with audio is actually what I believe is your shortest term memory. It's very hard to compare what you heard 10 seconds ago to what you hear now. You can't do the comparison. Video is, and pictures is quite easier. Normally you can see there's a easy comparison. Smell is also something you can remember quite easily, but audio is actually quite hard. So you actually have to look at it and you have to work out where it is. So I'm going to bring in a meter now to show you what the meter that I use. So hopefully you're going to be able to see this. And it should come in, and now, yeah, okay. So this is a meter. Now this meter is not listening to me. It's only listening to Christian, and it's only listening to Charles. So at the moment you can see there's nothing showing. And what we're trying to work out is this is called LUFS, and it's the loudness. So it's how loud is a sound over a certain amount of time, and we've got the true peak and the momentary. So if I can bring back one of you guys, if one of you guys can join me back on the screen,
okay,
whichever one is the best. Okay, so if now I ask Christian, and this is a trick for everybody. You want somebody to talk for about 5 seconds. So the best way is you want to ask them a question that they can answer without having to think, and they're not going to say yes or no. So how do you ask? So this is the classic question that is asked, and you'll hear this question lots. And I'll say, Christian, what did you have for breakfast this morning?
I knew that was going to ask. I knew that was what you're going to ask. So I had eggs and toast and juice and fruit and a waffle and donuts.
Perfect.
And muffins, and that I didn't have all that.
Yeah. But. All right. Okay. So you could see that roughly that the figure on the short term is about 20 minus 21. That's about right. Okay. That's about right. That's the level you're aiming for. You want something that's, the funny thing is, you can argue it doesn't actually matter what the level is, as long as all of us are roughly around the same level. So I'm going to ask Charles what he had for breakfast, and I'm sure it's going to be slightly different.
Charles is going to go real loud, because sometimes you have people louder than some. And I'm going to go real loud to show people that sometimes your voice is too loud for the stream and their voice is louder than somebody else's, just to do a test. And this is what I'm going to do for you now.
Thank you, Charles. So as you can see, Charles went into the red, into the 50, into the minus 17. So that's when we're over the limit. There isn't like a limit that says that anything's too loud or too quiet. But the idea when I'm doing a loudness meter, and the loudness meter actually on my screen is reacting much faster, so I can see it. It's a bit slow when it's on here, but we're trying to get so that everybody on your event is the same. And this actually, by getting 5 people in your room to the same level, is enough for you to be able to sit there and go, it sounds good. And remember, you can adjust all of your guests. So once your guests come on, down the bottom, you can click on the 3 little dots next to your guest's name, and you can, or next to the guest, next to their microphone, open it up, and you can take off the automatic and you can adjust it. In most cases, though, I'd say that the automatic on StreamYard is pretty effective. It makes it work.
So can you do me a favor? Can one of you bring up, let's see. Actually, Leo, can you bring up the green screen? I'm going to join our green room we have.
You want me to?
So I'm going to join that. And I just want to show people how they can go about adjusting the audio, like of their guest, for example.
Okay. Do you want me to? I'm on the green room. Do you want me to screen share that over onto there?
Yeah, actually, yeah. Let's.
Yeah, I can do that. I can do that. Hold on.
And then here's the funny thing. I was joking around and being real loud, but you are controlling the show. So tell your guest, oh, can you turn it down a little bit? You're a little too loud. If you have a guest that's really quiet and they're really shy and, they talk really soft, ask your guest to, can you please speak up a little bit? Like, you're controlling it. You want your stream to be the best. So if one guest is too loud, one is too soft, tell them, say, hey, Christian, turn up your mic. You're a little soft, my friend. I can't really hear you that much. And then say, Leo, yours is coming in good, but you're a little too loud. Can you just tone it down a little bit? Like, there's nothing wrong with talking to your guests before you go live. You want a great sounding show.
Absolutely. So I'm going to bring that on. So hopefully this is going to show me on there. And Christian is going to now adjust the sound on my one that he's going to see. Can you see that? Or I can do it myself on here. So I can. Yeah. So if I take Christine, who's waiting in our green room, hopefully Christine is I can actually change her mic settings. She's the next person that's going to join on. So that's it. And I can turn off her echo cancellation, and I can also automatically adjust her mic volume. So as you can see, I can actually adjust her microphone volume before she comes on. Yeah. So I can do that there, and I can adjust it. And you can do the settings. The echo cancellation, remember, that's that bit that you need if somebody isn't wearing headphones. If somebody's wearing headphones, you can turn echo cancellation off and you get a much crisper sound. But if they aren't wearing headphones, that would screw everything up. And at that point, as I now have Christine waiting to be joining in the green room, I think I'm going to leave you guys and go and get her ready so she can appear on the show shortly.
Awesome.
All right.
Sounds
Thanks,
good.
buddy.
So, by the way, for those of you watching, this is what we've been doing. So what we've been doing is, for example, like we send people to the green room. We have Leo work with them to get the audio, where so that way they come in and they don't come in with sometimes people come in with no headphones on. So we try to make that adjustment before we bring them on. Again, almost the same process. Like, you should consider, if you have a lot of people that are coming on, what a lot of people will do is they will do a tech prep with somebody. So if it's for example, if it's for an event, they will have them come on like a week or so ahead of time, understand their audio, get their audio right, learn if they're going to be in that setting, when they're going to be on the stream. And if they're not, then they say, well, hey, you know what? Instead of let's say we were going to go live at 2:00, they'd have them come in at 1:30, and then that person would come in at 1:30, and then they'd make those adjustments there. And you can go through those tools that we were just showing. So
for example, Christian, what's wrong with having bad audio system and in your
exactly.
Yeah. Now, I don't know about you, but people's systems not coming in and the sound's in and out, and you're live, right? And this is your guest that you're waiting to talk to, and you're trying connect, okay, reconnect, come out, try again. It's good to prep your guest. If your show is at 12, at least to me, I always tell my guests, come in 20 minutes before the show. I want to hear your stream. I want to see your lighting. I want to see everything to make sure that when I push that button and bring you on, you ain't doing one of these or you're doing one of these.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And so we had a gentleman join us a few minutes ago, right? And we had a very similar issue. Like, we had him join and his audio was I couldn't tell if he was frozen or not. Right. But I had a feeling we were going to have a mix of frozen video and maybe decent audio. And so that's why you want to make sure you try and test people, beforehand and check them and make sure they're going to work. Because here's what I would have done. For example, they didn't go through our normal green room process because we didn't have our green room support back there yet. And when we, would have brought them in, for example, for a test, maybe we would have said, hey, you know what, let's just put an audio avatar up and have that, because then that would actually reduce the reliance on their video feed and their audio feed. It would just be the audio coming in.
Great point, Christian. A great point.
So let's do this. Let's go through some. We got some good questions here.
I got 3 lined up, and I think I want to try these ones.
Let's go and bring them up. Go ahead.
All right, here we go. I love this question. What are your thoughts on using subscribers only option for live chats? What do you think, Christian?
For live chat, what do they mean by live chat? I guess.
So if you're in YouTube, you can set it if you're not a subscriber to your channel.
Right. Okay. So only show the video.
Yeah, they can't leave a comment. So you have to subscribe to the channel, and then that allows you to leave a comment. What do you think about that? Do you think keeping it open is best, or sometimes just for your viewers? What do you think?
I think they're going to want to experiment. They're going to want to experiment and see what, because again, if your goal is to get people into a membership site, you have to provide amazing value.
Right.
And so it may mean doing things for free and then having something that is very unique to the subscriber side. Like live chat, I mean, it is nice to if you're only a subscriber and you can comment, but what some people will do with that is this: they will do a public live stream, and then they will also do a separate live stream that is just for subscribers only.
Yeah.
So think of it like this. If you just said, hey, I'm going to do a live stream and it's only available to subscribers only, and that was like the first one you did, and that was the only time you did that, a lot of people might think they may not want it. They're going to have questions and things like that. So they're going to want to experience you first before then subscribing and then before moving into that. And so if they do, then they're going to need to see the value from that, I think, to do it.
Now, for me, my opinion on that, if you have a great following, you're giving great content, people will join. Like there's 2 people I follow on YouTube, and they're pumping out great content all the time, and I want to ask a question, but I had to join, subscribe to the channel so I can ask a question. I joined because they're pumping up some great knowledge, and I wanted my answer. I wanted to add my question in there, so I did join. So it depends on what your content's about, if you're pumping out some great questions.
Absolutely. So, okay, what's your second question?
Here's this one right here. We talked about the avatars. So they're like, Charles, where does the avatars come from? Which is a great question. The avatars come from yourself. So when you click on avatar, it gives you the option to find one from your own computer. So that picture came from my own computer. So when you click in the system, go to avatar, click on it, it's going to ask you what picture do you want to use, and then you just go to your folders if you have pictures, or your desktop.
Yeah,
and grab
so it's going to
picture.
look like this. Yeah, exactly. And that's a great point. So you basically would do this. You'd be in the stream just like this, and I'm not in the stream yet. I just have to click the 3 dots, select edit audio avatar, and then I can pick. So you're going to have the stock one. I have a StreamYard one I've uploaded, and I have my own personal photo that I've added. And if I want to add something else, I can click the plus sign and locate it on my hard drive. If I want to get rid of it, I just simply click the X. If I want to get rid of this one, I just click that one, and then I get the X on that. And then you just hit done. And then all you have to do is start or stop your camera. Like here's my camera. Well, you can't see that actually. Let me hide the comment. So here's my camera here. And if I just stop the camera, there you go. That's how easy it is. Awesome. That was a great question, by the way. Is there one more question you have?
Yes. Name of host and website or business name. So I guess when they're asking, when you're doing in a show, name of the host, website, or business name, what do you put up?
I think it depends. I'll say this. So for example, I have a separate show that I do, and I put my first name and I put my social handle, because people know the website. Like we mentioned the website throughout. So why would I take up characters in the name? Now, the other reason I also do that is because, my name is too long. And so when I do certain views, for example, if I go to this view, as you can see here, my name's okay right here, but I have other things that I do. And the view is my name is too long if I started to add stuff. So for example, here, I'll add this, we'll do this, and this, I'll put the Twitter handle there. Let's see if that works. So as you can see, it's too long, right? So if that's the view I'm going with, then I may need to go back to this view, or I just simply need to shorten my name.
Yeah, and for me personally, I'm going to pull it back up. The only thing I personally think that should be on there is your name, not the business name, not the website. Because here's the thing. You're on the show, so the name of the show is already there. You can use the website and the business name in a drop third. I like what Christian does when he puts his handles, because people can see his name and his handle. It's easier to go find him. But the business name and the website, you can always do in a lower drop third. So you can tell everybody, all right, and don't forget, go to my website, drop third, there it is. And the business name could be implemented in the logo. So, if you're in the logo and you're in the banner, it's right there in the top right corner. There it is.
Awesome. Absolutely. So, okay. That's very, very, very good advice there. Okay. So let me take one more question and then we're going to bring Christine in real quick.
Okay.
Then we're going to bring Christine in. Let's see. So we've got, I want to make sure we spend some time covering that in a few minutes. It's a very simple. Yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead. I got one right after this as well. Go ahead.
Okay. So Jeff Leedy was asking, can I live stream to Twitter and LinkedIn? I thought LinkedIn was beta and Twitter doesn't allow it. So LinkedIn used to be beta. I think it may still be beta, but they've started to open it up to a lot more people. They have what's called LinkedIn creator mode now, where you can, so this is actually kind of cool. If you're streaming to LinkedIn at the top, so you have your typical audio avatar in the corner at the top. If you are live streaming to your LinkedIn channel, it will actually show your live stream while it's happening, which is kind of cool. But that is creator mode. To get access to LinkedIn, it's very simple. You just apply to LinkedIn Live for access. I would say it may take multiple times, but you can always reach out to our support team, StreamYard.com/contact. They can actually help. They might be able to help with that. And then in terms of Twitter, Twitter does allow live streaming. So like you can have Twitter as a destination. What they do not allow right now is comments.
Right.
So right now we're streaming out to Twitter, but we don't get any comments coming in, and that's because Twitter doesn't have that as part of their API.
Right. Now, with LinkedIn, I was doing it. I'm like, why am I not getting on LinkedIn? Why they're not accepting me? Then I realized if you read the steps, there's certain steps you have to do first before they accept you. So make sure you do all the steps first when you apply, and you'll get in right away. Because after I did the steps properly, within a couple of days, they accepted me and I was doing live stream on LinkedIn. So make sure follow the steps properly. All right. I want to add this last one before we bring her on. This one, I thought this was a good question. Is there a timestamp tool to bookmark certain parts of your live stream?
Okay. Ooh, that's a good question.
Now, for me, it goes back to what we said to that other lady earlier. Screenshot. Okay. To me, the easiest way right now is screenshot. Every time there's a part, screenshot it. There's a timestamp, screenshot, timestamp. That's how I do it right now. What's your thoughts, Christian?
So first off, I'm taking a note and submitting that as a feature request. The other thing also that I really, what I would do is this. So a lot of people have a run of show that they follow. And so they will have a run of show open. And as you're doing it, you're making your notes there as well. So there's different ways you could do it. One is you can you can have a column in the run of show document that, where you're making those timestamps. The other thing also that you'll sometimes do, for example, I do another live stream, and I go back and I've made notes mentally about what I want to actually like bookmark. And then I go back and I add YouTube chapter markers to those points. And I don't watch the whole stream. I know what to look for as I'm scrubbing through the player. And so I say, okay, I look for a certain thing, 5 minutes and 10 seconds. Okay, I make a note. I do the same thing and I make a note and a note. And then the other option you could always do is just, get a notepad out and write down what those timestamps are.
Right.
So cool. Okay, so let's bring on Christine if we're good to go here.
Yep, let's bring her on.
Christine, thank you so much for waiting for us. We appreciate it.
Oh, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
So tell us a little bit about your stream. I have your 24K healing pulled up, but yes. What do we have going on and what questions do we have?
24 karat healing. I'm a soul purpose mentor, guide, healer. I
Okay.
really in the spiritual realm. So my question, I'm all about organic,
Okay.
getting retention. And I've talked to quite a few of my colleagues who live stream as well, or even will schedule live streams. So they're playing with, the scheduling versus the non, and they're asking people to join their lives and comment and share, trying to, increase their count, right?
Mhm.
But I feel, and I know I'm not the only one, that we're being algorithmed out. Is that a thing? And it has to do with
Good
what we're
question.
doing, what we're sharing.
Okay.
So
Got
my
it.
question is, I want organic traffic. I mean, I'm building subscriptions, I'm working on courses, I have a book out, I do mentorships, I do read, I do a lot of things, and most of it is free.
Okay. So my first comment, and you kind of touched on this. So as you're doing live streams and you're saying like, hey, like and subscribe to this, some of the platforms don't like that. So they will algorithmically kick you out. I can't say that they do it for a fact because I don't think it's really like completely come up, but it does happen. So I would say this. I mean, there's nothing wrong with like inviting people to subscribe, but you also have to think of it like this. A lot of people take that shotgun approach, right? They stream to Facebook and YouTube and LinkedIn, for example. And so if you're watching your stream and you're streaming to Facebook and you're doing that call to action saying, hey, do us a favor and subscribe to our YouTube channel, for example, if this was a page that you were streaming to, right? Facebook doesn't like that, obviously. They don't like it because think about it, you're directing people off their platform. So they may, I'm not saying this is factual, but they may have certain things that they've noted maybe in the background, like, hey, if somebody says subscribe to our YouTube channel, or they're looking for youtube.com or something like that, right? They may automatically ding you for doing that. And then as a result, the more you do it, the more that, they want you to keep people on platform. So that's where go ahead, Charles.
No, I'm just going to add on to your comment, Christian. I think he's absolutely correct on that, 100%. So what I usually do, drop third. So I would say, hey, don't forget, check out my other channels, push the button, and it says it, but you didn't say it.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay. So use your drop thirds, everybody. There's other ways of letting people know that, hey, guess what? Don't forget, you're watching me here, but you can also watch me right here. There's the drop third, just came back out. And if there's other platforms, you can watch me here. I live stream here every day. You can also catch me here, and they're just the drop thirds coming out. You're not actually saying, go watch me here, here, and here. So, and don't forget, you can go to Canva and make beautiful drop thirds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do all of that. I've been with Canva for years.
Right. Yeah. So just, use other ways of letting people know where they can go.
And the other thing you also, and I don't know if you have this, but remember everyone, like you should have a home base, a website.
Yeah.
And that website should also be a means to drive people to your channel.
Yeah.
So for example, I'll give you another tip here. So and you probably do this, I'm sure. So instead of sending somebody to your YouTube channel, like you have a YouTube link and you say, hey, click on the social link to YouTube, there actually is a link that you can put. It's, for example, let me see. It's, so Leo, I'm going to drop this in the banners. Can you do me a favor? Can you bring this up for me? So I just dropped a link in the banner about YouTube. And so instead of saying go to youtube.com/StreamYard, okay, there is an actual, here, I'll do it. There you go. So this is what that looks like. It's literally just adding that sub_confirmation=1 to it, to the end of the URL. And what that's going to do now, so here's the thing for you, Christine, when somebody clicks that link to go to your YouTube channel, if they got just the youtube.com/24K healing, for example, right? They would then they'd have to take a second step, which is to get them to subscribe to your channel, versus if I put the link that I have on screen here, then it will actually pop up a prompt asking if they want to subscribe.
Okay.
Like that's one thing I would do. And I would consider having that on my website.
Yes, absolutely.
Here's what I want to do. Let me actually share this so everybody can kind of see. I think this makes sense.
And while you're doing that, and something that people might not know about, there's a feature that popped up now that StreamYard does, which is embed. Right? So you can share the link, and now you can embed as well. So you can embed your show into your website. And that's another way of, if they didn't see your show anywhere else, embed your show into your website. So every week, if you do it once a week, after the show is done, get the link, get the embed, and put it on your website. Some people don't know you have a channel. They come to your website all the time, but they don't know you have a channel. So that's a way of showing it to them as well.
Yeah, no, those are good tips. Thank you very much.
And this is what that looks like. It just says confirm channel subscription. Are you sure you want to subscribe to enter channel name, and then the subscribe button. And then somebody would immediately be able to subscribe versus you having to hope that they click on the subscribe button. Because at that point they get to your page, and let's say you have a video that pops up and they're like, oh, that looks interesting. Oh, attention diverted. So that's one thing I do. And then the other thing also, kind of going back to what Charles said, echoing some similar sentiment, like if you have an email list, or if for example, if you've got an email newsletter that somebody has to sign up for, a lot of people, here's what they do. They put up the box on the website, somebody opts in, it says, please click subscribe. And then they don't ever email them again. Right. Or they do, but they never email them the right things. They just email them sporadically, whatever they want to send them.
Yeah.
Versus what you also could consider doing is setting up an email autoresponder series.
Yep. I do have that in parameters.
Cool. Awesome. And for those of you, by the way, who are watching that don't know about email autoresponders, Christine, do me a favor. Explain that to everyone who's watching. What does the email autoresponder do for you?
It basically nurtures someone who is new by feeding them content based on, you could make it a day, a 3-day wait. You can make it a weeks long journey. So they get to know, like, and trust you and keep you top of mind as well. So
hold on. I like that one part she said, and that's about know, like, and trust. Know, like, and trust. Remember those, okay? If I don't know you, can't follow you. If I don't like you, I'm not going to. I have to trust you to buy your product or to follow you later. So if I think that Christine is like, she knows her stuff, I like her, I trust her, I'm going to tell other people to watch her stream. That's what you want.
Excellent point. So what else can we help you with? Is there anything else we can take a look at, or do you have another question?
Not really. I mean, I know growth is slow, and I've been on YouTube, and I've had a podcast consistently for 3 years. So I post twice a week.
Okay.
And I know the spiritual realm is vast and large and deep and wide. So
takes time. It takes time. Just keep.
It does. Oh, I know. I'm very patient. I'm being shown this. to be patient. So
yep, that's good. So before we let you go, just tell everybody when you stream.
I stream every Wednesday and Sunday.
There you go. All right.
And I'm a fellow Canadian living in Peru right now. So I just wanted to say Feliz Año Nuevo.
There you go. Hey, there you go, everybody. And Christine, let me give you one last piece. I have two actual last pieces of advice.
Sure.
The first one would be, so growth, it can be slow, but it doesn't have to be. And I would suggest this. So the first thing is for your YouTube channel, I definitely recommend joining the YouTube channel reviews that we do next Saturday. So we meaning StreamYard.
Yes.
So I would recommend joining that, because they can definitely, like, if they take, I can already see some things they will give you recommendations on about the channel to help improve that. So I think that's like one super important to do. The other thing also is looking at the types of content you're putting out there, because it's easy to hit the go live button. It's easy to just record a video. But is that the type of content that people who are searching for it? Is that the type of content they want to see? Kind of like the guy that we were talking with Andrew about bowling, right? We had people saying, hey, I'm a casual bowler, and they wanted to know things about, cleaning shoes and how do I pick the right bowling ball weight or something like that, right? Or what's the proper way to hold a bowling ball? though, if you, for example, you could do live streams, but you also could supplement that with regular pre-recorded video as well. And those can be two funnels, just like you have with your email, to be able to get people into those funnels and then move them over to, for example, subscribe to your channel or to tune into your live streams.
Okay. I appreciate that. Thank you guys so much.
Keep up the great
thanks
work.
for joining us.
All right. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye.
All right, let's keep it going, Christian. We have Mary in the background. Marie, have you ready? Give a thumbs up so we can see you're ready to go. Oh, here we go. Hey, how you doing?
Doing great. How are you?
I'm good. So, hey, I know who you are. Christian, does that face look familiar?
It does, yes.
We were helping them out with their microphone one time, finding the wire. One of the wires was short. We heard another signal coming in. But you're solo today. Where's your partner in crime?
He is in the other room wrangling children, I think. I don't know. We're supposed to be going to a New Year's. My dad's birthday is New Year's Day, so we're supposed to be going to see him,
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Yeah. So he's 81, and so that's great that we're doing that. And actually, what happened, the first thing that you mentioned regarding the microphone, I had a crash or something. So when I was talking to Leo, he was like, I can't hear you. What's going on? Oh man, my mic is still having a lot of fun, but thanks to Leo, y'all keep Leo. He's awesome. I think you know that.
He will, yes. I can't get him on here as frequently as I'd like to. But yeah, we always love having him on.
Yep.
And he always has such great advice as well, especially when we talk audio. So
absolutely.
All right.
What can we help you with today, by the way?
Yeah, a couple of things, because I don't use Facebook very much.
Okay.
So the issue here is that I went to Facebook and I tried to join the group, and it still says I have to join again. I want the assets. So I either want a secret pass, please, pretty please, because or something like, I just need the assets, right? I had gotten them one time before. I didn't download them all. And I was thinking, oh, it's a Google Drive folder. I should be able to go back to Google Drive and find shared with me. It wasn't there.
Yeah. Okay. So what happens right now? If you click on the link, what happens?
Which link to join?
So if you're already part of the Facebook group, you should be able to.
I'm not.
You're not.
Here's
Okay, so you're not. Okay.
The first time I answered the questions, and I was thinking like, oh, this was a couple of nights ago. And I was thinking, oh, okay, it should only take me maybe a day or two. But now it still says like join the group. So I clicked join, and I was like, I'm not going to answer the questions. I'm going to just hop in and beg. And so that's what I'm doing now. Like, I just want
what's your name? What's your name? And I'll look and see if I can add you real quick.
Atumpan, the Talking Drums. So it's ATU.
Okay, got it. Okay, there you go. Okay, if you refresh, I have a partner. You should have access to it. So
there's my buddy. How you doing, pal?
Hey, how you doing?
I was like, something's missing. My partner in crime was missing here. You know what I mean? What's going on?
Yeah, Happy New Year to you guys.
Happy New Year to you too. So how's the stream been growing since we last talked? Give us a real update real quick.
It's been growing very well. We're YouTube partners, so that's a good thing. So the stream is growing in that way.
And also, we definitely think that's a part, in part to StreamYard. Like, we became YouTube partners because you guys made it so easy to stream. And yeah, we've been getting better. So yes, we're now in the YouTube partnership. Sorry, Corey.
Right. And so you see how that goes. You asked me the question, she answered. So let's just do this.
So, anyways, go ahead, Charles. Christian is trying not to laugh, and Charles, there's no shame in his game. He cracking up. So.
No, but of course, that StreamYard has made it. StreamYard is our friend because we've had some interesting moments. But one of the best things about StreamYard is that no matter what happens, technology. If we have like a computer, the battery dies, or something goes wonky with the internet, StreamYard keeps running.
We're in the group, Corey. He just let us in.
Okay, cool.
And also, you have 55 seconds. They have a countdown. Stop! I can see you. They have a countdown.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff there. Yeah. So so you should have access to it now. Yeah.
All right. Before we let you go, tell everybody where they can find your stream, because you guys are great, man. If you want to get some information and just have a great time on live stream, make sure you check these two out.
Yeah, Blind Guy and his wife, their life is our channel, and we do stream every Wednesday, Thursday, Friday,
11:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
And so we do health, business, and wealth. We learned that from you guys because we were thinking like, oh, we're great. We've got a great stream. And you were like, yeah, but what is the show about? But what is it about? And so, yes, health, business, and wealth is what our stream is about. So that's what we focus on in all of the episodes where we bring on a guest and they share their expertise, their professionalism. We do giveaways thanks to the StreamYard giveaway tool. So we're still using that quite a bit, twice every episode. And our guests give away something, and our time is up.
All right.
Yes.
Awesome.
Thank
for
you
joining
so
us.
much,
We appreciate
guys.
it.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
thank you for having us. Thanks for the help. We got access, Corey. We're golden.
All right.
Awesome.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Bye, everyone.
Thanks, bye.
Those two
By the
are
way,
great.
speaking of that giveaway tool, we'll take a look at that here in a few minutes.
Yeah, and do you want to pop up, Christian, that what she's talking about so everybody knows? If you're not a part of the StreamYard Facebook group, you need to join, because see what she's asking for? You know, Facebook is always giving away some little tools here and there, and you gotta add it. Okay, so every month, depending on the season or whatever, sometimes we do like little avatars of pumpkins or cats if it was Halloween, little things here and there that StreamYard is always adding. So make sure you join the Facebook group, and you know, there's always little treats there for you to join in.
Awesome. Leo, by the way, if you're there, could you do us a favor? Let's drop that in the comments for everyone. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna bring on I think Yolanda's next, and then we're gonna do rapid fire Q&A along with the giveaway, by the way.
There you go.
Yolanda, let me know if you're ready to come up. Awesome.
Thumbs up. There you go.
Yolanda, how we doing? The creative lady.
I'm fine. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you as well.
All right. So before she starts, let's see now. I see decor. I'm seeing HBCU, little decor things, events. So what is it all about?
Okay. Thank you, Charles. My stream is basically about my Ivy Box unboxing, which is one of my sorority subscriptions. And I really just had a compliment for StreamYard for allowing me to earn a brand ambassadorship by using StreamYard, you know, the professional use, the ease of, you know, all of the pillars. And so it really helped me to secure the brand deal. So I just wanted to publicly thank StreamYard for that.
You're very welcome. And, by the way, we'd love to get that. If you want to send us a testimonial, just go to like StreamYard.com/contact.
Okay. And
just feel free to send that our way. So that I want the team to be able to hear that. So
I actually sent it on Christmas Day, so it's probably in the.
Oh, good. Okay, it's probably
there.
Right.
Christmas gifts all around.
Yes.
Fantastic. So did you have any other questions or anything we could help you with, or?
Not really. I'm just working for 2022 on my audio. So I just want to see what it sounds like on your end, because I don't really do a lot of on-screen guest appearances. So I'm just curious what it sounds like.
So here, I'm going to mute you real quick. Okay. And it's because I hear slight hiss, but let me see. Yes. Okay. So you have, is there a fan going right now, or a computer fan, or?
Yes, computer fan.
Okay. So I'm going to mute Charles and myself. I want everyone who's watching just to we'll leave it on for like 10, 20 seconds. You can hear that she has a computer fan on, and a lot of time, and we'll talk about how you can kind of fix that. So I'm going to mute Charles and myself so you can hear this. So hopefully you could hear that. It sort of sounds like running water, I guess you could say. And so one thing you just want to do for something like that is just make sure that your mic is not positioned right there near the computer. Sometimes, for example, if your computer has not been restarted for a while, you may need to do that. It also depends on the type of computer, not to say, hey, don't go buy another computer, but sometimes it depends on like if you got a lot of stuff running. So for example, you got a lot of programs open, your computer is kicking on the fan because it's being taxed in a way.
And the dishwasher is running as well.
Okay.
So here's my first question. What mic are you using?
Actually, right now, I'm not using anything fancy, probably just the onboard mic from my camera and no external mics. I do have them, but I just wanted to just pop on today just to say thank you to StreamYard. But yeah, I have
Okay.
professional mics and all of the bells and whistles, but I just want to just pop on.
All right. Well, we appreciate
Awesome.
that. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right.
Happy New Year.
Bye-bye.
Happy New Year. Bye. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We've got a lot of questions that we've been starring to be able to bring up, but we got another guest. We're gonna bring on Michael here in a second, and then we're gonna do some rapid fire Q&A, and then a giveaway. So let's go and bring on Michael Moynihan, and let me pull up your channel. How you doing, Michael?
Good day, gentlemen. How are you doing?
I'm good.
How are
I'm
you?
good. So hold on,
Not too
right off
bad,
the bat.
thank you. So listen,
Right off-
I don't
hold
have
on, hold
any
on.
real questions per se.
Hold
I
on,
more or
Michael.
less kind of sort my things out on my own.
Okay, what's up?
But
Michael's
just
got-
recently I took, and this might be a good thing for other people, I just started with StreamYard about a month ago, and the whole reason why I did, I use vMix for the back end.
Okay.
And I prefer that because I can customize things the way I like to go. And but the advantage with StreamYard is you can do the banners and all the other things that you know, it's very complicated in vMix, and sometimes you just need simplicity. If that makes any sense.
It does, yeah.
So, question for you, Michael. I'm curious. You got 2 microphones.
Yeah, but see, I got 2 PCs set up. I got 3 monitors. And so what I'm doing is, like here, just to give you an idea. Yeah, but so I'll go back and forth. That's how I switch scenes and do different things. So I can take a YouTube video and then I can do a political commentary on it, as well as stream it, stop it, comment, and stream it. And that's where, like with the StreamYard, but the tricky thing I found, like with vMix, like I've got audio interface, I got an ID44 on the Stream PC, and this mic is going through a warm preamp. And then I use a DBX for a limiter noise gator fed into a compressor and then into the ID44 through the send and return. So, because audio is important to me. So the hardest thing for me was just getting the audio correct and video secondary. So what I like about the StreamYard is, like I said, the banners, multi-platform stream, because when I'm using vMix, it's a lot of resources. Even though it's an i9 CPU, I'm using up a lot of resources. I got, you know, a capture card, couple video cards, and no matter how much memory you got, you're using up resources. So for a political channel that I'm just launching, I like to use StreamYard, and just makes it simple because it's just myself on screen, and then maybe going to the capture card. So I have to, what the challenge is where I use NDI.
Okay, yeah.
So what I do with vMix, I use the output, so the video output, and then use NDI for the audio. I haven't found another workaround because I'd rather do the ID44 because it sounds a lot better through straight to StreamYard. But it's some of the things I'm experimenting with.
Yeah, definitely. Did you have a question for us specifically, or?
Actually, no. Actually, I just wanted to say hi to Leo, and that's how I got into it. And I expressed that, and he said, "Do you have any questions?" I said, "No, not really." So he said, "Maybe I'll put you on with the guys so that they know how you use StreamYard to help with things." That's all.
Very cool. So we have one question for you, real quick. We have a question from a guest. They're wanting to know, how are you doing your picture-in-picture? Are you using an A10 Mini? What are you?
Well, I'm using the A10 Mini Pro.
Okay.
Okay, so I've got a Canon M50, Canon M200, and that way I can switch stuff like that. I lost your video or your audio for a second there. And that's the other issue I'm trying to sort out. Sometimes that does happen.
Oh, okay.
Oh, there, you're back.
Oh,
okay.
Okay.
All
So
right,
I like I'm one of those guys that I don't like using headphones. So I use monitor speakers, but I just turn it down and I listen to classical music in the background. So Charles, you dropped out too. I lost audio there for a second.
Yeah, no, I was asking.
Oh, you're back now.
Yeah, so other people were asking as well. How comes you have two microphones? I see two microphones in the picture-in-picture. Why are you using two microphones?
Okay, well, the other one, sometimes I'll be doing a broadcast and guys will pop in on my other machine with on Discord. So that way I can keep them separate and mute this microphone so that they don't come into my stream mix.
Okay. No, that makes sense. And so basically what he's doing right now is he's got two mics, and then what he could also do if he wanted to, he could run that through a loop back, through a voice meter, etc., and just feed. For example, he could say, I want to take mic 1, mic 2, and feed that in with StreamYard and bring everything into one feed. Or he could say, I just want mic 1 and StreamYard to come in and bring that into one stream. So he's got options the way he's doing it, whether it's software or hardware controlled, or in this.
Well, I prefer the hardware aspect to the software.
Yeah.
And Christian, to just give you a different idea, on my work rig, I've got an Arturia interface. So what I could do is an optical out into the optical in on the ID44.
Okay.
In order to do that type of thing, if need be.
Nice.
Very
nice.
But I'm still trying to sort out how I want to do. You got to know where you're going. Unless you know where you're going, you can't put a plan in place to get there. You know.
All right,
that's excellent advice. So thank you for coming on and for sharing your information with us.
The last thing I'm looking at, and somebody else has commented on this already, which is it looks like you're Michael, you're using a video background. So that's an animated video background.
I got a few. I got a green screen video background, so I can switch. I can be in Spain. I can be in China.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. The reason I noticed the frames. When I watch the curtains, the frame flips.
Okay.
But it's good.
Once you get an eye for that, you can pick up.
Yeah. Once you get an eye for it, you can see that. You can see the
exactly.
So that's it.
All right. Thanks, buddy.
Awesome.
Listen, guys, love you, love and peace, and take care.
Great.
Well, thanks,
have a good New Year.
Okay.
Or
Happy New Year to y'all. Take care, folks.
Oh my goodness! Here, before we move on, I want to add to that another way of doing it. Someone was asking, how's he doing picture-in-picture? So there's another way of doing a picture-in-picture is with the Stream Deck. Okay, so you can use a Stream Deck. So, for me, I love using the Stream Deck because the Stream Deck has multiple uses instead of just having one thing to change. So if I go to mine right here, there it is, picture-in-picture, and I'm using a Stream Deck with webcams. So there's the webcam in the front, and then there's a webcam here in the back, and I'm using Stream Deck to do picture-in-picture.
Well, you say that, Charles. The Stream Deck's controlling it, but what software are you pushing through? Is that OBS or what?
Yes, that's OBS.
It's OBS. Yeah. So it's OBS that's doing the picture-in-picture. So what Michael was doing, he was doing it in, as Christian said, he's doing it in the A10 Mini. So the A10 Mini has a picture-in-picture ability to do it in there. But also, when I had Michael in the green room, Michael was explaining that he is also using vMix, and he was doing some stuff in vMix, so I was able to do that. And if you do use the one that Christian does, you look at it and you say it's very limited because it puts the picture in, by default, it puts the picture in the four corners. But you can actually go into the software and you can actually adjust and move the two images around. But it's quite complicated when it's actually quite easy with what Charles is doing. There's only so many Charleses we can have on the screen at once. Isn't there? I think we've got about 7 there. So,
and I got to say this. I mean, I think the key takeaway is, again, it's 2022. So like, as you can see, like people can do some very advanced things when they're streaming, like they're using StreamYard to actually send the streams out. You can either bring it in natively through StreamYard, you can bring in through third-party tools, but it really depends on how complex you want to make it, and you don't need to make it complex. That's the key.
And I think taking that to the extreme that you talked about earlier when we were talking about audio and we were talking about people having music, there is no this is the only way you can do everything.
Yeah.
There's
Exactly.
100 ways of doing it. It's the best way is the way that you feel comfortable, that is making your stream work. Because if you make it too complicated, you're going to struggle. And that's what we want to try and avoid, is that you struggling to do this, because you can always add another feature later. You can always add something else that adds into it. You know, we have this in ours, in this show that we're doing. Christian is busy typing to me or Charles to do something, because he apparently, if you notice this, Charles, Christian only has 2 hands. He seems to he's like banging away to us to put on this and put on that, and we're like, oh, we're trying to do it, and I'm in the green room at the same time, and the duck sometimes feels like a swan, because there's a lot of legs going underneath at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let's bring on our last guest. But Leo, stay on. Let's stay on with us as well.
Stay on, and then that's it for me.
Yeah, and then let's bring on our last guest. Here we go.
Yeah, great.
Hello.
Hey, buddy. How you doing?
Good. So I'm Farmer Brad. I'm in the homesteading sector, and I've used StreamYard to connect with my friend who started learning to farm in South Dakota. But my question about StreamYard is, what's the best way to bring in highlighting super chats? I know that you're able to highlight comments and bring those up on the screen, but I wasn't sure what the best method for bringing in super chats.
Who wants to take that one?
I'll start if you want. I just started learning about super chats because I never used them before. So with the OBS feature, you can bring in super chats. So during the live stream, if someone comments or they do stuff, it will pop up on my stream, and they'll pop up on my OBS. And then I bring the OBS into StreamYard right now. So if someone goes to my channels when I'm live and does any of the features I set it to, you will see it in the StreamYard.
Okay.
And the other thing is, like, if you do get them in StreamYard, the super chats should show up in StreamYard as well at the top when you do get them.
I just haven't gotten any stream chats yet, so I wasn't sure what that looked like.
Yeah, it literally, so inside of the StreamYard studio, they will show up right above all the other comments.
Awesome.
Like, you'll actually get a little section that has them. I think they'll actually get a highlight on them. I don't have any as well either right now, but when you will see them, and they are distinguished from the other comments.
Okay.
Yeah. And then you can pull them on the screen and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's
so cool. You got lots of ways to bring them in. Just keep that in mind. Just in terms of, how complex you want to make things. So.
Yeah. So recently with the Black Friday giveaway, I ended up buying that so I could have 3 sources.
Yeah.
And my friend who moved out to South Dakota, his YouTube channel is smaller and growing and stuff. So I was able to add him as the 3rd source. So I was able to stream on my YouTube page, Facebook page, and then his YouTube channel. And so that was I almost felt like we were kind of like vlog brothers, trying to catch up because it had been about 6 months that we hadn't really talked face to face over the phone and stuff. And so that was a great way to catch up on what he was learning, what I've been learning, and just to catch up. So I think that's kind of the format when it works with his schedule and my schedule. We'll probably continue on doing it because I'm in East Central Indiana, and it's a way to make it not feel as though he's so far away.
Yeah, definitely. And that's the great thing about live stream being able to work across like locations. So I love that feature, the fact that you can be pretty much anywhere and bring people in, and it doesn't have to be for streaming. I mean, heck, if Leo and Charles and I wanted to talk like before or after even starting a live stream, we could just open the studio and have our meetings there. For example, if we wanted to record them, do record only, so there's more functionality than just using the live streaming feature. So
yeah, that's great.
Yeah. Sorry, I was just going to say, I only use StreamYard now for everything. I cut down all my other programs that I was using. I only use StreamYard. If I'm doing a meeting, I give them the link and we do it in StreamYard. If I'm doing a pre-recording, I just go into StreamYard and because don't forget, you can do pre-recording shows. You can pre-record yourself and then go into an editor and edit a video of yourself. Like, it doesn't have to have all these other equipment. You can just use StreamYard.
Yeah, I recently found out like that. Yeah, since StreamYard is browser based, you can use your iPhone. So what I did was I started in my studio. And then over in my workshop, I make automatic chicken water buckets. So I had my little cell phone set up over there and was able to sort of switch over there and bring people along in the process, which was pretty cool.
Yeah. And there's some great tutorials on YouTube from StreamYard on how to use your cell phone as a secondary camera.
Yeah, the one thing, I was live streaming out of my pasture, and I wasn't sure if there was a way for me to switch the camera from the mobile phone, because I was pretty much having to like flip the camera around to get me in with the sheep or the lambs that were out on pasture.
So the way you can flip the camera is it's a few steps, because it's just the way, I guess, it's implemented. And I don't know if that's a limitation of how it has to be implemented, but there is a way to do that. You do have to go into, I think it's settings, and then you can flip. I think there's a flip camera option. There is one.
Okay.
It's just I think it's in settings once you go into the broadcast.
Okay, cool.
The one thing I'm going to say to you, though, if you're going to do stuff like that, make it easier for yourself. Get a cell phone holder. Instead of you keep flipping back and forth while you're trying to be live, I always say cell phone holder is better, because you could be doing yourself and all you have to do is just take the camera behind you and then you can show it and then you're right back to you instead of pushing too many buttons.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
My personal preference for that is the DJI. They have the DJI one. It's a gimbal.
Yep.
It's about $100 off the top of my head, and that holds your phone, and it holds it super steady. So, and it'll keep that phone feeling like you're not bouncing around. And if you are standing somewhere, it just takes the edge off the anti-shake and everything. It looks really nice, and it just makes your life easier, because whenever you're standing holding a camera and you're trying to do something, you naturally turn and you don't realize you're doing it. So it's a great feature. It's a great thing. There's also a couple of microphones if you're ever going down that route. You can either get a microphone that will plug onto the end of the your camera. There's one from Rode, and then if you're really into it, it's the Rode Go. Is a little, I think, Christian, have you got a set of Rode Goes?
That's why I turned around to get it.
Look at this.
So these are
There you
this
go.
is oops.
There you go.
So this is one set of them. There's the Rode Wireless Go and the Go 2. This is basically a wireless mic setup. One of these would go on me and the other would go on my camera, in this case, and it would then transmit wirelessly. So this is the Go 1. There's a Go 2 set, which has 2 receivers. And then what's great about that is you're able to actually, if you get the Go 2 series, you can plug the transmitter into the actual like computer, and then it can actually then use your computer, and it uses as an audio interface if you ever want to do that too.
So I've been able, with that set there, I've been able to give that set to somebody so they can pin it on here. I'm holding my camera on the gimbal that I talked about earlier. It comes with a little curly cord. I don't know if Christian's got the curly cord there.
I do. Give me a second.
But it doesn't really matter. It looks like a telephone. You know the curly cords on the telephone?
Yeah.
So you plug it into your phone. You plug that into the bit. On the gimbal, on the DJI gimbal, there's enough space for it to like clip on. So you can hold it, and then you're getting the sound from over there, the picture from you. You're holding it. It's rock solid. You can wander around, and you can avoid the things that the sheep and the cows leave on the floor.
Yeah.
At ease.
Nice.
You don't have to step into that. There you go.
And since I live in rural area, I just like the simplicity of StreamYard. It just works because I've tried some OBS directly into YouTube and stuff, and it's just been too difficult to keep a solid connection.
So there's a really good example. Christian's, I think, seen this. There's some guys just outside of Chicago. The weather station uses StreamYard, and they use it when they go chase the tornadoes, etc. And because they got it in their truck, so their truck will zoom out, and because they've got StreamYard, they're able literally to stop, throw up an aerial, so they've got a 4G or a 5G signal, bring in StreamYard, have a guy on they bring up one camera on a what's it called? Flying in the air.
A drone?
A drone, thank you. And then they're able to do it all and they said, and StreamYard makes it all happen because they're literally being able to do it, and then they fire to different TV stations all through StreamYard. So it's absolutely perfect, especially if you're doing what you're doing, which is out in the wild.
Yeah.
All right, and real quick, somebody was asking in the question, what is that machine or what? It's just there's one right here. There's you put your cell phone here, and then this one is actually triggered. So if I push the buttons, it can go left, right, up and down, and it automatically controls the camera up, down, whichever way I want the camera to go. And I just basically walk with this in my hand, and I just squeeze the button, and it'll turn around, it'll go up, it'll go down, and it's really easy.
It's basically motorized. Yeah, so they're motorized. They do run on. It has a battery it runs on, and it knows to. So like as you're moving, like it knows to adjust the gimbal automatically for you.
Yeah.
So,
and they're about $100. So you're not sort of saying that we're not suggesting anything that's super expensive.
Yeah.
But if you're going to be doing this in a lot, you'll notice this huge difference in your production because of what it does.
And it's so steady. Every time I move, it just swings and it moves for me. I don't have to, hold my arm awkwardly or anything. You just walk and talk, my friend. That's all it is.
And this is, as Adam says, in layman's terms, this is a battery-operated stabilizer. It stabilizes what you're trying to do.
Yep.
Yeah.
Great.
Okay.
As it's now over 7 o'clock in the UK.
Yes.
And I'm going to have to disappear for this evening. So
Well,
your
thank
green
you so
room has
much,
been
buddy.
done for the day. So
have a great one, pal. Thanks for joining us.
okay. And Brad, great to meet you.
Thank you. Nice
and
to meet you.
I'll leave you there. See you all soon.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Leo. Bye.
So, Brad, before we let you go, tell everybody where you stream at so we can follow you.
So I'm out of East Central Indiana, and I on YouTube and Facebook, Farmer Brad LLC, and I raise chickens and pasture poultry and make automatic chicken water buckets in my spare time. My day job, I'm a web developer, so it works really well with left brain, right brain type of thing.
Thanks, buddy.
Thank you.
See you later.
Thank you, Brad.
Bye.
Bye. So I gotta say the one thing I want to make sure to mention there is just that I like how he said, "Hey, you know what? His day job is one thing, and he's following his passion as well for something else." Got to say, we have another friend in the group, Mike NLTMW. I think he works in 3D, or I don't know what he does as his normal job, but I know he's always talking about 3D printing. And so, for example, like it doesn't like don't just think about it like this. If you're in a job where you can go and you can, and live streaming fits in it naturally, great. If you're in like a hobby and you're like, you want to actually like take whatever it is you do to the next level, making live streams or making tutorial videos, like that can actually be very helpful. It helps you educate people, but also helps you follow your passion as well. So don't be afraid to learn from some of these people, because it's really cool hearing people are doing more than one thing. They're not just like, hey, I do my day job and that's it. They're actually trying to get into something else. And it's pretty cool hearing their story. So,
I love that he said, I'm a this, but I do this. And that's what it is. People think when they come live streaming, they're like, well, I work in the bank, so I guess I have to do banking stuff because I work for the bank. No. What is your passion? If your passion is about model trains, do model trains, because you're going to be more excited about talking about that. You're going to be more excited about doing more things. More ideas will come from that. Just because you work in the bank doesn't mean you have to do a bank stream.
Absolutely. Okay, so here's what we're going to do.
I know you got to bounce, Christian. You can be good for another few more minutes to do some rapid fire.
Yeah, we're good. Here's what we're going to do. Here's the rest of the schedule for today. We're going to do rapid fire Q&A. Do you want 5 or 10 minutes, Charles? 10 minutes?
10 minutes.
Okay, we're going to do 10 minutes of rapid fire. We're then going to do a giveaway as well. Charles, I'll let you message me and tell me what you want us to give away today.
It's easy. Just hashtag 2022. There you go.
Hold on. Let me start that up real quick. Hold on. So what is it?
Hashtag 2022. Real simple.
How about this? Just put in 2022, no hashtag.
All right, there you go. So in the comments, I'm going to post it to everybody right now.
Started right now.
Just put 2022. That's all you got. 2022. That's all you got to put in. Okay, I just told everybody what to put in. Just put it in 2022. There you go, people. You got it.
Awesome. So while you were doing that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over. I've already started collecting all the entries. We'll show you how we do that. We're going to do some rapid fire Q&A. 10 minutes. Charles, I know one of our New Year's resolutions was to try to stick to a time frame for our live stream. Right. And I think that's an important thing. And you know what? I think we're going to talk about that in a couple of weeks.
Yep.
To kind of see how people's streams are going. But let me do this. Let me see if there's any more. So if you have any questions, by the way, do us a favor, put them in the comments. Remember, just put in 2022. You only need to enter once, by the way. One entry will put you in the giveaway. But while we're doing that, I'm going to go over to the start comments. We're going to address all these questions that we've gotten in the next 10 minutes. So Charles, let's start that timer and I'm going to bring up the questions.
All right. So timer starts now. Hit it.
Okay. So let's see. So first question is, you can make it bigger by creating a new one in wave video using transparent feature. Cliff Farmer was asking, how do they do how to bring up additional videos, things like that in the back. You can use Canva, Easel, any other program like that. And then just, and so I think we were talking about the clock, I think, right?
Yeah.
So make an animated GIF, save it as a transparent. Yeah.
There you go. That's the word. Always remember keyword transparent, 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 transparent. Anything you do in StreamYard, make sure the video is transparent. That way you can still see us over whatever you're doing. All right, next one.
Can you zoom in and zoom out with a camera on StreamYard? Charles, take this one.
Can you zoom in and zoom out with a camera on StreamYard? Yes, depending on what the functionality is. I think Christian's using an actual camera itself.
Right. I've got a DSLR. And so if I wanted to zoom, so my lens does not have zoom on it because of the type of lens it is. However, if I wanted to zoom, I wouldn't be reaching up and adjusting it like this. There actually is a remote that I would be using to do that zooming if I wanted to. That's my DSLR camera.
Right.
If you happen to have like a Logitech webcam, you may need to check out the Logi Capture app. So just look up Logi, Logi, and then the word capture. There's separate software they give you with your Logitech webcam to be able to make adjustments, things like that. If you happen to be wanting to use a smartphone as a webcam, there's a tool. It's called Camo by Reincubate. And there's that. There's also Irian Cam as well. There's software that will let you use your phone as a smartphone. And then it actually gives you zoom capabilities on the camera itself. So it lets you tap into that.
Right.
Okay. Next one, Charles, what's up?
Can a guest in Virtual Studio star any comment? So can a guest star a comment?
A guest cannot star a comment.
No, you have to be controlling the back end. So I can see all the questions. Christian can see all the questions, and we're the only ones that can bring them up and down. So like this one, I can bring up, I can bring down, and I'm the one that starred this comment to bring it up to Christian.
Here's the thing: the only way that people can control. So, for example, if you're using StreamYard Teams, if you go to StreamYard.com/Teams, you get 2 seats in your account. And what you could do if you want to have people be able to stream comments and help you with your live streams, this is where you can add them as an admin into your account. And then they will have the capabilities to help you star comments, kind of like what Charles is doing now. But if a guest came on, no, a guest is not able to do that. They have to come in to my team, basically on the right permissions level.
Yeah, I find this question very interesting, Christian. Question: how do you get the guests without contacting them directly and getting fines for it?
So I guess I'd ask the question of, how are you contacting them? Reason I ask that is because I don't know the rules in every country. Like some places might have certain way, like some people, I mean, I don't know if this is like, I don't know if you mean by getting fines. I don't know if you mean by somebody wanting to pay a fee or something to use them. I'm not sure. I think it depends on who the guest is. A lot of times when I want to bring a guest on, I reach out to them. Like I either have a personal relationship with them or I ask somebody I'm friends with who knows them to also help make those connections. What about you, Charles? Anything you'd add?
I've drafted a professional request letter. Hi, my name is Charles Matthews. I do a live stream show every Wednesday at 11 o'clock. I find what you're doing very interesting. I would love to have you on my show. the interview times are this time to this time. If you're interested, please call me or hit the link to book yourself into my stream. Simple email.
Excellent. And here's the other thing. Don't be afraid to reach out to them on social media. I mean, if they have, you know, a lot, like, first off is don't be afraid to reach out to somebody, but some people have forms and ways that you have to like contact them, or they prefer to be contacted. And I'd follow that. Some people charge for, you know, appearances. It really depends on who you're trying to bring on. If I'm trying to bring on a celebrity, they might charge for an appearance. So,
and at the end of the day, is it worth it to your stream?
Yeah.
So, you know, if Christian wants me on and I say, Christian, sure, no problem. It's $1,000. Is it worth it for me to be on Christian's stream? Will it bring me more value? Will it bring me more guests or more viewers come in? Is it worth it? That's what you got to figure out.
Very good comment. Okay, so I'm going to run through a couple quick ones here. Donald wants to know, any idea when comments will be visible on Twitter to connect with listeners? That's a Twitter thing. Twitter has to make comments available. They have not made them available through live streams yet. They took it away and then they brought them back as something else. So they don't let you do that right now. It's a Twitter limitation. Whenever they do roll this out, we'll do our best to support that.
All right. Next one real quick. Is there any way to see the assets look like before downloading them?
I'd say yes, actually. So if you're talking about the assets we give you, double click on the file, and it should, for example, if it's an overlay, it should open up in the screen. Like you should be able to get a full picture of it, and then you could decide to download it. Personally, I mean, the easiest way is to just download the whole folder and then just quickly do a preview op. Like if you're on a Mac, you can select the item, hit spacebar, and it'll pull up everything in the folder, and you can choose the arrow key and just go like right through it. Like, so.
And if you're on a PC, just go into view and just open full view, and the boxes will open to show you what they look like.
Okay. So, another question here from, let's see. Melissa Jane was saying, and this is just a good tip. She's saying, all your comments are saved in your YouTube for reference. They are. That is true. If you want to save, like if you want to go back and see comments afterwards and you stream to YouTube, they would be on YouTube. Just remember, if you trim any of your videos, you've removed the intro or something like that, or the outro, that actually will make the comments disappear.
All right. Here's one. Charles, how do you switch your layouts to close in and out like yours? Okay, so that's in OBS, and those are all actually called stingers. So what stingers are, it gives me a chance to close the window before I do something else. That way you don't see me switching cameras. It's just a nice smooth way of going from camera 1 to camera 2. So you're talking about this right here. It just gave me time to either drink a glass of water, you know, go over to another screen, pull something on a screen. It's called stingers. All right. So it's just a stinger to switch cameras back and forth. That's all that is. And that's in OBS. You can add your own stinger.
Awesome. Excellent one. Okay. So let's see. Weenie's OFW saying, why do I get the notice that there's no storage when I paid already my StreamYard membership? So there's two things. We save 50 hours of recordings, but when you have more than 50 hours, you either can upgrade your storage or you could just go and delete your recordings and it will free up more storage. So that's basically the way it works. So we give you 50 hours, and then if you're close to it, you need to make sure you delete additional recordings before you start your stream if you need that one recorded. Okay, next one, Charles.
Can I show a banner while screen sharing a video?
It depends.
Yes, it depends on if it's a video that you've uploaded or you're sharing a video from your desktop itself. Because remember, once you play a video, it cuts out all the mics, it shuts everything off to play that video. If you're sharing screen video, yes, you can. So I've actually done that by mistake. I've actually left the banner up and then put something else up, and the banner overlays on top, which is a good thing sometimes. You just have to remember what you've pushed. So for example, if I can do it real quick, Christian, let's pull this up. So if I pull that up, you see how the question is still on the bottom?
Yeah.
And I have something overlay. I forgot to take the question down, and I put that up.
Okay.
So there you go.
By the way, I'm feeling generous. I'm going to bump us to 5 minutes. Okay.
Okay,
just
so
because we got, I'm going to do 5 minutes and then we're going to like wrap up. So
not a problem, buddy. We're rocking and
excellent
rolling.
question. Okay, let's see. So what other one do you want to bring up, Charles?
Automatic levels okay. What's this one here? I put everyone to automatic levels and sometimes still sound low.
So that's going to come down to your potentially your mic and the mixer they're running them through.
Yeah.
So, for example, some mics, for example, my mic here, it has this thing on it here. And what that does is if I did not have it, I would have to boost the gain of my mic. And then you'd hear background noise, you hear all sorts of stuff. So it could potentially just be the type of mic they're using. Maybe they are trying to use a high-end mic and they don't have this. This is a, it's a way to boost the gain. If they don't have that, it may sound low for that reason. Or it also could be they may need to disable what is it called? They may need the auto leveling feature. They may need to disable that and see if that's actually going to impact it as well. Because it depends on the mic they're using, what they're running it in and so forth. So it may not be you, it just may be them.
100%. And those aren't they called cloud lifters?
Yeah, there are cloud lifters. Yes.
Yeah.
So
there you go.
Yeah. Okay. Next question.
Okay. That was a weird. Okay.
What you got?
How do I show picture in picture? Oh, on first.
So we have
StreamYard?
two options. Well, yeah, there's two options, right? So one is if you want to share like a tab, for example, here, I'm going to share this right now. We have a picture in picture feature now within your dashboard, and it's the 7th layout. So it'd be something like this. So you would have us on the bottom and then you'd have this other screen. So this would be a picture in picture option. If you want some of the fancy stuff that we've been doing, for example, the stuff I've been doing here, like I run it through an 8-to Mini Pro, which is a piece of hardware. And so I can put in picture in picture if I want to. I only have one camera source right now, so that's why there's only one camera. But that's going to be how you could do picture in picture. You can also bring it in via third-party tools as well as your camera source as well. Okay, Charles, next one.
All right, here we go. Is there a way anyway on Facebook or YouTube to see viewers that show for your show?
So the only way you can see who all the viewers are is going to be to go over to those channels. We don't have a way to capture that. Like we don't get like, for example, it's Facebook. You're going to have to go to Facebook and see who your top viewers are. You'll have to look in the analytics on Facebook and so forth.
And
some of it also, go ahead.
Sorry, if you when you're streaming, and I found this out the other day, and it's very helpful when you're on StreamYard streaming. On the top left, it shows you how long you've been streaming for, and it also tells you how many eyeballs are watching you. If you actually go and hover over the eyeballs, a little drop down comes down. So right now, I know on StreamYard Facebook we got 48. On Facebook we got 10. On the other Facebook we got 5. It shows you which area they're watching and how many people are watching from each area. And I think this is the best feature that StreamYard ever did, because then I know what channel, as I'm doing it live, is bringing the most viewers. So now StreamYard the numbers are just changed. Now it says 50, 11, and 4. So everybody's watching on different platforms. It shows you right there where they're coming in from. So again, top left, right beside how long you've been live, that little eyeball, hover over it, and it'll give you a drop down of all your live stream viewers.
Okay, so let's see. We got about a minute left. Let me just pick a couple questions. Kevin's asking, how can we have the 5-minute timer display on screen, especially when I have a live sports roundtable? Very simple, actually. All you need to do is download the asset folder. So go to Facebook, our Facebook group. Charles, can you drop the link to that in the comments?
Sure.
There's an asset folder. Go to I think it's the December one, and we have a 5-minute countdown timer in there. I think I don't know if we've released the January one yet, but there may be another countdown timer there. You simply just download that file. It's going to be a countdown timer clock. You go into brand, and then you go under logo. And if you upload that to the logo section, that's how you add it. I want to also take this question from Let's Go So with Joan Banco as well. So I understand the benefits of most of the assets, but I'm not getting how the StreamYard folder assets get used. It depends on what you're using. So there are things like background / wallpaper that goes behind us. That's the yellow background you see here. if it's an animated GIF, there are different ways. You can put that as a timer in the corner, or you can also do an animated GIF overlay. So it could go under overlays. Or if you wanted to bring up a graphic over top of Charles and I, that would go under the overlays section as well.
All right. And the last one we're going to go for today is this one here. We'd love to know how to create those stingers without OBS. And it's real simple. You can go into Canva or any other program and make a short 10-second video. And every time you want to switch camera, just click it on your own. So in your own video feed, keep it at the top and just click on it. And then your own little video will play across and come back out. And there you are. So you don't need OBS to do it. You can do it straight in StreamYard. Just make yourself a it's usually like 10 seconds or 5 seconds. Just make your video. So you click it, upload it into your own banners, click it. There you go. You have your own stinger.
Awesome. Great questions, actually. Very, very, very good questions. Okay. So what we're going to do now, just to wrap things up, we're going to do a giveaway.
Let's go to the giveaway tool.
Do me a favor. Let's show the giveaway tool. So this is the giveaway tool. So if you go to StreamYard.com/giveaway, and this is available to every single person who has a StreamYard account. So if you're on the free plan, the paid plan, doesn't matter. StreamYard.com/giveaway. You want to bookmark this tool, by the way, because you can use the same exact tool. And the way it works is very simple. So you want to start this typically at the beginning of your broadcast. So I'll say it was this broadcast. Charles said, hey, put in 2022 in the comments. So now if I hit start collecting, anybody who puts in a comment who is also, like, for example, I'll use this as an example. You see how this person says Facebook user? If they put in 2022, it's not going to include them because they need to authenticate with StreamYard at StreamYard.com/Facebook. They will not get counted, but everyone else who puts in 2022 in the comments and I've started collecting will be included in that giveaway drawing, and they only need to be entering that word once. That's it. So for example, I'm going to use Dimebag Darren here. He put in hashtag 2022. It may pick up that, but I would say just put in 2022, no hashtag.
So yeah, we'll give you 10 more seconds. Just re-put it in. Just put 2022 without the hashtag, but 2022, and then we're going to draw a winner.
And this is what it looks like, by the way. So I'm going to pull this up. And what are we going to give away, Charles?
Well, we're starting off with a bang. Let's give away the Ducky Ducky.
Okay, we're going to give away a Puddles.
Yep.
So we're going to give away a plush Puddles, by the way. It looks like this. Well, here, let me show you guys this. This is Puddles. This is our the StreamYard mascot. So we're going to give away a plush Puddles. And all you have to do is put in 2022. So 2022. And then that way you will be able to win Puddles to kick off 2022.
Yeah. And the reason I want to give away Puddles, because I want your Puddles to be where you stream. So in your work area, in your workspace. So every time you look at Puddles, it just reminds you, I need to stream. I need to be consistent. I need to stream right now. Every time you see a Puddles, just when you see it in your own office space, if you notice Puddles is over my shoulder right there. Every time I come in and I see Puddles, I go, yeah, I need to stream today. I need to do some streaming. I need to find a guest. I need to do something different for my stream. So that's where it is. All right, Christian, let's go. We think we can pull a winner.
Okay, let's do it. Yeah. Okay, so here's the giveaway tool. And I want to make sure we got all these entries. Let's see. Okay, so I'm going to hit draw on this and we're going to pick a winner. So good luck to everyone. And by the way, whoever wins, you just need to email marketing@streamyard.com. So let's see who wins. So Dimebag Darren. Darren, I'm not sure if you've actually won before. If you haven't, just email marketing@streamyard.com and we will get Puddles shipped out to you. Marketing@streamyard.com. Just reference you won on live stream reviews and we'll get that sent out to you. Awesome. That's way to kick off 2022, right, Charles?
There you go. There you go, everybody. And my main thing to you guys is keep streaming. Okay. Keep streaming, keep streaming, keep streaming. You're never going to grow until you keep streaming, and just be consistent. Okay. Yeah. There it is. Consistency is the key. Great pull up.
It is. You gotta get the momentum going. So it's doing your live streams, but don't be afraid also to adjust. So, you know, for example, if you've been streaming for like a few years, well, heck, let's say it's just even a few months, and you're like, hey, I'm not getting subscribers, or I'm not getting views, but I'm getting subscribers, then it may be the content. It may be, you know, like what you're like, it may be the way you're presenting your stream. Maybe the audio is not good. Remember, audio is the most important part of your live stream. So look at that and figure out, you know, what the, you know, take a look at, is there something I need to do to improve it? How do I improve it? And it doesn't have to be like, oh, I got to improve everything at once. You could just improve one thing like this weekend. If you're like, for example, we had Yolanda on and she had the audio issue, right? She had background noise coming in. Well, that's literally just a matter of maybe she repositions her laptop so that it's not near the microphone. So lots of options, lots of easy fixes.
Listen, if you like our show, you love what we do to help you out, please like, subscribe, tell a friend, tell everybody, hit that button. You know, we never say this enough. Subscribe to the channel,
right, yeah.
Like it, subscribe to it. You know what I mean? We like and subscribe to us always. And if you need any help moving forward, you know, you can reach out to Christian, you can reach out to me. You know, we have our own shows. You can, you know, we're on Facebook, YouTube, everything right there. We're here to help you. And, you know, StreamYard is going to take you to that next level. And that's why you're on StreamYard.
Absolutely. And I just have 3 quick announcements for you all. So the first one is we have a town hall that we do every single week at every Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, where Gage and Dan, the founders of StreamYard, where they basically do a very quick 30-minute live stream where they talk about upcoming features. You know, they connect with you all. So be sure you join that on our YouTube channel. We also stream that on Facebook as well. For those who had questions about your YouTube channel, there's also a YouTube channel review show where they will look at all the things on your YouTube channel, specifically your YouTube channel. They will look at the artwork, the thumbnail, the descriptions, the title of your videos. You know, they'll look at like the way you have the header art set up. If it's too busy, if it's not busy enough, you know, they'll have that sort of, if it's not adding enough value. That's every second Saturday. So that means next Saturday we have YouTube channel reviews, and that's also at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then the next episode of Live Stream Reviews is January 15th. So we broadcast every first and third Saturday of the month. With that, I want to wish everybody a happy new year. And I can't wait to see what your live streams are going to look like in 2022. Again, feel free to reach out to us with any questions you have, and we will see you all on the 15th. Thanks a lot, everyone.
See you guys next time. Bye-bye.